What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Show Me the Money Club live Tuesdays, right here, right now, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. You can check out the replay as well, or you can also check out on the audio podcast on all of your major podcasting platforms. What's going on, Sergio? How you doing today?
Hey, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We will talk about it shortly. I'm doing well. I may have gained a pound or two, but who's counting when you pass 240? You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, I mean, yeah, I've been for me, I've been trying to lose weight. So I've been doing the carnivore diet for a few weeks now, and I did it 6 months ago, or I mean, I'm sorry, for 6 months, about a year and a half ago or so, and I liked it. I thought it was good. The problem is we had Thanksgiving, then we had my son's birthday, and
oh,
then it's my wife's birthday coming up this weekend, and then my
oh,
daughter's birthday in a couple of weeks, and then you got Christmas and New Year's, and it's like it's all jam packed, and all the cookies are getting made. So it's like I gotta stop. I can't do it all. So I gotta stick to what I can. So I did eat a little extra on Thanksgiving, and then for my son's birthday, put a little bit of weight on, but that came off quickly. So I'm okay there. But hopefully everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving out there. Had a good time with friends, family, wherever you celebrated, whoever you celebrated it with. If you're in the US, of course. But it's always good to give thanks. So, yeah, I don't know about you, but did you go out and drive at all?
I drove for a single day the day before, did a few trips. I tried to stay away from LAX, which is the death loop of all death loops. Whoever's in LA knows about LAX, Mr. Gambit. You know about that. So yeah, and I tried to stay away from really LAX, dropping off or picking up. But Tuesday before Thanksgiving, actually, my mailbox blew up. So I was like, "Yep, something must be happening again." And
Yeah,
sure enough.
it's always interesting when you wake up and then all of a sudden you see like 30 extra emails or 50
Yeah.
emails in a short amount of time. First off, we got to say thank you. And we're going to be talking about that topic very, very soon. A lot of things going on there. A lot of people were not happy this Thanksgiving when it came to driving if you were out on the road because if you declined a few too many rides, Uber booted you off, which we talked about last year, and then it happened again. So that's one thing we're going to be talking about. Um, you got anything more before we kind of get going and rolling?
No, we can go. Let's go.
All right. Well, let's do the rundown. We'll talk about what we're going to be talking about today. So first, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving. Obviously, what happened there the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the holiday, all the traveling and all that. Also, if you're in the Northeast, storms that went through. We got about 5 inches, no, I'm sorry, we got about 5 inches in a very short amount of time of snow yesterday, and I think it got close to 10 inches or so overall. So we got the lake effect and all that's kicking in gear. But yeah, we'll be talking about Thanksgiving and the weather and all that good jazz. Then we're going to be talking about what happened over the Thanksgiving week, starting last week, actually, and pretty much going through almost to today, where Uber was logging drivers out if you declined 3 rides in a row. They would decline you to be able to get onto the platform for a little bit, kicking you off platform as well. We're going to be talking about that whole issue. We're going to be talking about how logging drivers out is actually against their own TOS. And then also, was Lyft doing this as well? And then we're going to be talking about why upfront fares could be a disaster and what your thoughts are. And then we're going to do a game called Cash or Trash. So if you're watching last week, you may know we're going to try something a little bit different. We're actually going to try bringing a few people on to share if they would do the ride or not and why. And then we're going to have the audience vote to see if who's going to be the winner. So stay tuned for the link if you want to take part in that. We're going to be taking 3 people. We'll mention that a little bit later in the show, right before we're going to do the Cash or Trash episode. And then after that, we're going to be talking about fake ID, identity theft, and when it comes to these fake profiles and all of that that's going on when it comes to drivers and some issues going on when it comes to a lot of people there. And then we're going to end, of course, on some funnies and all that good stuff. So we got quite a bit for you going on. And first, we'd like to thank today's sponsor, Upside. If you don't have the app, check out the link in the description below. Make sure you do. But Sergio, I don't know about you, but I can't believe how much it costs for gas right now.
Yeah, although the prices have gone down a little bit in my neighborhood, I still never pay full price. To be honest with you, I use the free, FREE, free. I don't know what else to say. Upside
Yeah,
app, and I get up to 15 to 25 cents every time I buy gas. So
nice. You actually get paid real cash when you buy gas on the app?
yep, within the next day, 24 hours. No more uploading receipts. Just GPS picks me up. I'm at the station. It says you're done. I'm done. Next day, I get the cash. In fact, last week we put up, I think, our both Upside app results. So
Yeah.
it's free app, people. Don't complain about free.
No, you can't. You definitely can't. Well, either way, download the free app, Upside app, to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RSG25 for an extra 25 cents off per gallon cash back on your first fill up. Again, that's code RSG25. Quick disclaimer, cash back is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Don't fret, don't worry. There is still a way to get cash back on the Upside app in Jersey and Wisconsin or the rest of the country besides just filling up with gas. You can also get it at local restaurants as well as convenience store and grocery items. So it is pretty cool there, and you can get some money back when you're buying. And then here's another little fun tip. If you have a cashback credit card that you're using and you get cash back on that, you can kind of double dip. I
Thank you,
always
Craig,
li
for the super
I like
chat.
double dipping and triple dipping, at least in my opinion,
Hey,
so
man, double dipping, triple dipping, and everything is good as long as it's good for you. But double dipping, triple dipping on like guacamole and cheese sauce is not good for you.
Oh,
So
no, don't do that. Unless you've got your own little, bowl right there, and then you can double
yeah,
dip, triple dip all you want. Every
yeah,
time somebody double dips, that episode with George, in Seinfeld, that just plays in my
yeah,
head.
yeah.
"I can't believe
But
you just double dipped. You
yeah,
double dipped."
you can't double dip, bro. But hey, whatever it is, it is.
Greg,
So
thanks for the super chat. Uber sucks. I mean,
over
hey, it
sucks.
kinda times. Other times, if it's helping you make some money, then it's not
Well,
gonna suck as bad,
I can
so
I can I can unequivocally tell you that the day I went out and drove, the day before Thanksgiving, there was no surge. Gray clouds covered all of LA. Tried to stay out of LAX because drop off pickup is a disaster, especially the day before. And okay, so I go with the Uber sucks sentiment. Excuse me. To a point that this may have been, from everything that I've gotten from around the nation, from all our viewers, this may have been the worst Thanksgiving, actually, as far as earnings are concerned, personally for me and many other drivers that contacted me. I hope you had a better week and weekend. But we're gonna put it up now, and everything I saw was this, and I was like, these gray maps are not helping, and this is what LA looked like. I did a couple of trips. Michael, thank you. We'll put the question up in a minute. So this is what the maps look like. I mean, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. All queues, all airport queues were full. I mean, you guys can see it, right? Queue full,
yeah,
meaning there's like 500-600 people waiting there sitting, right? And I like, what else is there to say? I mean, flights are coming in, obviously, fast and furious at LAX every 30 seconds or so. It's the second busiest airport in the country, and all day long it was 400 or 500 cars waiting. That's all Uber X. I mean, if you put the Comfort and if you put all the other platforms, it was like that. And Lyft was no different. This is what I saw for like 6 hours when I went out and drove, and this is the Lyft queue. I know. I mean, again, I'm in LA. I've never seen 236 drivers in the LA queue, Chris, ever
that's
for Lyft.
crazy.
I see usually 140, 150, but never 236. So you add the 500 or so from Uber and 200 plus from Lyft, and most of them are obviously multi-apping. Both apps are on at the same time, all that good stuff. I've never seen it like this before, ever. I mean, Thanksgiving is supposed to be the one of the more profitable times for airport trips. I even did a short, and it was like horrible. It was like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Base fares with upfront fares are not doable. I mean, it's just not financially feasible. And I just basically, just drove around for 6 hours, did a few trips, and went home. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know, and I don't know. I mean, please chime in the chat, people. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you make
Yeah, let
more
us know.
or less
Let us
than
know
last
how
year?
was Tuesday last week? How was Wednesday? If you drove bar night, Thursday if you were out, or the weekend, beyond that. What was it
Yeah.
like? Were you busy? What was your surge like in your area, comparatively to any other day, really? Yeah, unfortunately, it was much slower than anticipated. I can honestly say, thankfully, being in Buffalo, we'll never see 600 cars in the lot because it's probably all the cars that are driving around in Uber actually, for the entire area. Usually at most you will see like 50 to 60 at most. And then the wildest is still if you get like 30 or 40 people sitting at the airport when there's no plane that's coming in for like 2 hours. It's like, what are you doing there? I always look at that just bewildered, like,
Well,
there's no plane scheduled to come in for 2 hours. Why the hell are you sitting at the airport with 30 something, 35 people,
look,
sitting in queue right now? It makes 0
obviously
sense.
obviously the rhythm and the speed of passengers coming and going at every airport is different. But LAX being one of the major airports, I mean, there were people coming and going. Obviously, every 30 seconds a plane lands or takes off at LAX. And but if you're going to go to LAX and wait, through that 400-500 queue, plus what's happening at LAX and at most major airports is that there is rematch happening. So the drivers who are dropping off are getting the chips, right? To clear out the loop or clear out the demand. And you're sitting in the queue waiting for hours, literally 3 hours, 4 hours. It's not going to work out for you. In fact, next week, hopefully it'll be out. New York Times did a great article, with us at LAX to see the good, the bad, the ugly of LAX, and it should be out by Callum Browning of New York Times next week. We'll share that with you guys. I'm not sure why people are waiting 400 or 500 of them. I mean, I do get it that you're waiting for a unicorn out of an great trip, obviously, but then this happened, and I was like, so that's the Tuesday showed up, which was a couple days before, and my emails box blew up, and then I started getting these. Now, this is not just from LAX. Okay, I have great contacts at LAX. Okay, in fact, the person that super chatted, Michael Fontaner, all right, $9.99. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, this is exactly what we're talking about. Uber will log you off the app when you are at the airport at a big event, right? But there is a way around it. Okay, so let's see what his is. Just have your Uber backup codes available through two-factor authentication. Okay, that's one way. You can swipe up, stop the app before you say okay, because this is what a lot of drivers were seeing. Now, this came to me from 4 states: Texas, Missouri, Kansas International Airport was experiencing this, Atlanta, Georgia, LAX. We had a similar problem like this, Chris, if you remember, about a year ago in
Thanks for the
Texas.
super chat, William.
Okay. And so what they were doing is they were logging people off after 3 requests. Well, in most major airports, the punishment for you to decline trips is they send you to the back of the queue. Okay, so let's say we showed that LAX screenshot. There's 400-500 people. You waited 3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes whatever, to grab a trip, and they throw you 3 in a row trash, and you decline, and they kick you to the back of the queue. That was the punishment. It shouldn't be that way, but let's say it is. It is that way. But now, starting Tuesday morning, this is what drivers were seeing at least those 4 airports. Have you guys experienced this in your airports? I got
And
these
also
reports from
what
4 different
airport?
states.
Put your airport code too. Now we also have a video too of
Yeah,
it happening. So let's play that right now and you can see
that's
it.
what's happened. This is from LAX.
All those people who are driving right now, know there's going to be a little bit of audio background from the Uber app, so
Yeah,
just know that.
yeah.
Quick disclaimer.
So we obviously speeded this up, but this was happening at LAX. So he gets the trip, he declines. That was the first one. Um, okay. Again, I'm not saying the trip is not doable, but for his own reasons. This gentleman also does hire Lyft platforms, and he may be waiting for that. So now he will get this screenshot. So still accepting trips warning, and then he will say yes, and he will wait some more, and he will get the second ping, and there is the second ping. Again, some people may take this on. So he does Espanol, X, Comfort, and on Lyft he does Black. So he's probably waiting for a Black. So this was the second ping. And then comes the third ping. So after this, okay, so you're in the you're about to go to the back of the queue. And now, if you click this okay, now you're in trouble. Okay. Now there is a sign off and there is a log out, complete log out. This is what was happening. So next he would click continue on this, and he would kick him back to logging in from the start, basically with his email, phone number, two-factor authentication, all the good stuff, just like you're logging into the system, almost like a new driver, basically. Okay.
Yep.
So after 3 requests, this is what he was seeing. And of course, everybody sent me this. It goes, Serge, this is like the busiest time of the year for holiday travel. What the F, right? And I'm going like, I don't know. I didn't go to LAX, but then this is, from a very reliable source. And then comes the Kansas City driver, comes the Atlanta, Georgia driver, comes the, Dallas, Fort Worth drivers. And I'm going like, holy shit, this thing is spreading out. And this is what everybody is seeing.
Yep.
Now,
well, not only that, but people were also seeing beyond that, denied login again.
Yeah.
So that was where you were kicked out for a certain extended amount of time. We talked about this, I don't know, maybe last year at this point. We Zoom, thank you for the super chat. We talked about this beforehand. What was it? Maybe a year ago, or
about a year ago, it was happening.
Spring, late winter, and they were logging out for like 3 hours in Dallas.
Yep.
Up to 8 hours at times, where you could not log back in. You were met with this screen every single time you tried.
Well, Chris, initially what happened is that they were seeing this, right? They were getting logged off the system platform, period. Not signing out, logging off, right? So you had to log back in, which is not too big of a convenience, I guess. But why should you anyway? And it takes maybe 3 to 5 minutes to put everything in. But then if you go through the same cycle again, and let's say you're crazy enough to wait another 4 hours and decline 3 more, okay, then the login deny screen was coming in. And if you guys look at the the date on those, it's literally happening Tuesday, Wednesday now. And this gentleman was suffering 4 hours at a time. He was getting logged out of the system 4 hours. This brought me back the Dallas driver's problem about a year ago, where we put up and we put it out and it got fixed. It took a while. It took like almost a month. But then our relationship with Uber at that time was not like this, right? Because now they're actually more paying attention to what we're saying. And so this started last Tuesday, people. So if this screwed you up at airports, please let me know. Sergio at therideshareguy.com. If it's still going on, please let me know. Sergio at therideshareguy.com. And lastly,
allegedly it was fixed earlier supposed to be fully fixed earlier today. So if you are still getting this, please send email to Sergio at therideshareguy.com. But there was also one other thing that was going on too when people were getting logged out, was all of the settings. You'd have to redo all of your settings then again as well. So even if you logged back in, you normally would have your settings saved. This was not saved, so you would have to reset everything then on top of that. So that's where the more inconvenience was happening. So not only was it logging out and then having to log back in, but redo all of your settings in order to be where you were prior to this whole thing.
So this is a no-go in my book. Okay, this is the busiest Thanksgiving. I mean, the busiest holiday travel. By the way, I'm sorry to butcher your name. Send me an email. Is that happening in the city, or is that happening at the airports? Because we don't want this to spread to the city. When it spreads to the city, then we're really screwed. Because this was happening in the city about a year ago. We need to stay on our toes here. Okay. So I was like, okay, what do I do now? I got all these emails. I got all these screenshots. I go, okay, well, Tuesday is like a week away. We need to do something, right? Okay. So as I said, Uber is paying attention. I packaged this as you guys are seeing it. and sent it to Uber. And I said, what the F? This is like the busiest time of the year for people to do airport trips. And this is bullshit, right? I mean, what are you guys doing? And then, look, I got confirmation this morning from my LAX drivers. Again, you need to let me know, people, Sergio at therideshareguy.com, if this is happening still in your airports or in the city. Please, this is important. So once I sent them the package this morning, exactly a week to the hour, Chris, 11 a.m. It started on last Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and it ended today at 11 a.m. And I got the all clear from LAX drivers that, yes, things are back to normal. If we decline 3, we're getting kicked to the back of the queue. No log out. So I am not going to sit here and say intentional, whatever. Okay, you all probably will say that, will think that. I'm thinking there's too much of a coincidence that it starts happening on Tuesday, and then on Tuesday at 11 a.m. it goes away. Like, it's a little bit too much of a coincidence, but to look at this positively, okay, let's look at this positively. I know there is negativity everywhere. We don't want to keep harping that stuff. In the old days, this would not have gotten fixed. The reason it got fixed is because of the community. I did not know about this. I didn't want to go to LAX. People sent me a whole bunch of information. I gathered the information. I'm like the liaison between you guys and Uber. I go, hey, what the F? This is bullshit. Stop it. And then they're paying attention. Look, if they really had a bug and they fixed it, kudos. I'm not buying it, but if they did, great. Thumbs up. But to me, it's like too much of a coincidence at the busy. Plus, I'm thinking, what is Uber's idea here or intent here? It's the busiest holiday. They need as many drivers as possible. Why are you logging people out? And then, I mean, there's no benefit for Uber to log people out, right? So if you want to say, accept that there was a bug and that's what happened and they fixed it, it took them a week to fix it, okay, fine. But this would not have gotten fixed in a week. Trust me, people. So please send me everything you see. You guys are my eyes and ears. This is what we're trying to do. Fix shit before it completely breaks. It seemed like to a lot of people, it completely broke. And there was nothing they could do. Sometimes they got logged out for hours. They lost income. I know. I'm sorry to hear that. But at least it's working now. If it's not working, please email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com, and then we'll take it further. So, yeah, that's what's happening. So,
yeah, I think it's just code that needs to be eliminated. As the title of last week's show was talking about, Uber's algorithm is broken.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same thing. If you got these things that are in there coded, and then all of a sudden they're coming back, especially at the worst times. Again, this is one of the busiest travel times for starting on Tuesday, and going throughout the weekend as people are going to family, friends, wherever. And just I mean, that's the same thing. I would say you want as many drivers on the platform as you can, and putting them into timeouts or anything like that would just be kind of the opposite way when you want that many people and that many people are there. But who knows what's going on? And I think it's just the code going rogue. And something like that, they need to eliminate that code altogether. So it cannot log people out, and then it can't, you don't get that timeout of 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, whatever it might be. So I think that needs to really be addressed, and then just eliminated from the code altogether.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's just, to me, it's baffling that it starts on Tuesday, 2 days before Thanksgiving, and then it ends Tuesday today. It's like,
Well,
out of all
beyond
weeks,
that, yeah. Well, let's hope that it doesn't work around, the next month or
Christmas, yeah,
two,
yeah, we'll
as
find
we
out.
go
We'll
all the
find
way
out.
through New Year's, because there's a lot of things going on, a lot of different parties, end of year parties, Christmas parties, traveling for the holidays as well, all the parties that are going on, all of that stuff. Let's hope that this type of thing
Okay.
does not actually
Um,
continue on,
Dot,
or spill out into anywhere else. So,
okay, Dada, you need to
unfortunately,
email me on this, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Dada, you must email me on this, whatever you have on this, okay? I'm not going to say anything more than that. That's for later. Yeah, so this is what's happening. And then, I started thinking about it, Chris, because the next things we're going to show is going to blow people's head off here. One of the one of the things that we always say, right? We're cherry pickers. There are AFU members, CDU members, whatever, right? And everybody's concerned about declining trips. What's the punishment? Right? Am I going to get booted, deactivated, throttled. They're saying we don't throttle. You can decline all you want. But then they do this. The bug shows up. They log you out.
Mhm.
I'm going like, it kind of doesn't go with what your own terms of service is saying and what California Prop 22 says. It just doesn't jibe with this, right? So what do I
Well,
do? I go
Before
down the
before we
rabbit
go to
hole.
the hold on, before we go to the TOS, we do have a chat that a driver had sent us with
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah.
chat about the whole issue and what the Uber support chatbot was saying, or person. I mean, there were actually some
I
spelling
don't know
errors
what
in
this
this
is,
one.
bro. If this is a
So I
chatbot,
think
this
this
is
was
a
actually
failed
a
chatbot.
person.
Yeah,
I don't
this
know
is
if it
bad.
was AI because there was definitely some spelling errors there that would
This is
be
bullshit.
like somebody typing.
Well,
But yeah, this is pretty interesting. So yeah,
yeah.
we also say make sure you send it to us so we can take a look at it and things, especially if things like this are happening. You get 40, 50 emails all in a very short amount of time, knowing
Yep.
something's up. But
Nope,
you can
nope,
also go
nope.
to support
Yeah,
and then send us the support chat of what's going on.
yeah. Okay, look.
So
This is easy to do, people. Okay, this gentleman did it. This is the gentleman that actually sent me the email saying that, Serge, I'm getting logged out in Georgia. I'm going like, sorry, I just add you to my list. And I'm seeing the same screenshots. And then he goes, well, I went to support and said this to them. And Chris does good voiceovers. So this is all Chris's, obviously. And what you guys are going to hear towards the end of this, okay? Uber, how you all doing over there? How's everybody? I know who's in charge of fixing support. This is just bad. If this is your AI
hmm.
getting trained like this, scrap, start over. This is not a good bot. If this is a human, definitely not well trained. But go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. Let's see what this
All right. Well,
support
you
person
can you
said
can
to this
be you can
gentleman.
be I'll be support and you can be the driver who's pissed off.
Bro, I can't read any of this. But which
Oh,
one is
okay.
support? Black one is support? No,
Yeah.
the white one. Okay.
Well, if you can't read it, no worries, I will.
No, I can't read.
So
It's too far. So my glasses
I,
are computer glasses, but I can't read shit. I need to get them fixed.
that's all right. Don't
Um,
worry. We'll
yeah,
make a clear distinction between. So hold on. All right.
yeah.
Thanks for reaching out, Francis. My name is Sarah from Uber Support. I'll be assisting you today. Could you please tell me about your issue so I could assist you?
Yeah, I'm in the SAV queue. When I decline 3 requests, the app is shutting itself off and sending me a code to reconnect and also asking me which vehicle I want to put into service. Immediately stop this practice.
Thanks for letting us know about your concerns. Sorry for the inconvenience caused to you.
Uber has no right to shut my app off and reset my settings.
Well, this is because you declined 3 requests. Sorry to hear about those issues. This issue usually can be resolved by trying the following: log out of the Uber app and log back in. Force quit the app or restart your phone.
It doesn't matter. You have no right to sign me out.
And decline rides against the Uber policies. I hope you know about this.
Bullshit.
This is
No,
an
this is not
automatic
bullshit. This is blatant fucking. This is illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're going to show you the TOS in a minute. So you go ahead, buddy.
So we'll say,
right? And then this is an automatic process on top of it.
it says you are so wrong. I'm an independent contractor. I can decline every request if I want. What
Mhm.
I cannot do is cancel rides I've already accepted. You better study your Uber manual better.
Okay, so if you decline, then this is totally depend on you. But I hope you don't contact if your account is blocked because of this, because it's Uber's rights.
What?
I I have no idea what this chatbot is saying, or like this is why I think it's a person in the Philippines because they're not speaking English properly, and there's a
Oh,
lot
this
of
is not a
issues there.
chatbot? You don't think this is a bot?
I don't think this is an AI bot. I think this is actually a person
All right.
that's responding
Nice.
because of the way the context is. At least on a predictive algorithm, or I mean a predictive AI like ChatGPT
Well,
or these chatbots, they actually will
well,
formulate sentences a little bit better than this. So
this
I believe this is a real person. And
this
chat,
person,
if you think this is a real person talking,
yeah,
put 1. If you think it's a chat bot or an AI bot, put 2.
okay.
That way, then we can have a
Oh,
better
let's see.
consensus.
I don't know.
And then
Yeah,
Where are we?
I want or
I won't
something.
ask again.
Oh no, I won't ask again before I contact my attorney. Do not turn my app off for declining a request. That makes me your employee.
Since I have already provided you with the best possible resolution, I am now closing this chat from my end. You can write back to us if you have any further queries. Thank you for chatting with us. Have a fantastic day.
And then later it says, have we resolved this issue?
No.
And let's try again. I can connect you to somebody else. Please select an option below.
Oh, okay. All right, I was wrong. Everybody's saying this is a human. Yeah. So,
Yep.
if this is the service that we're gonna get, you know, we talked about this last week. They have 3 prongs now. They have an AI bot, live chat, and calling in, right? So this is one of the 2, obviously, whatever.
We zoom when
And
somebody's getting
whoever this
fired.
support agent
Exactly.
is, I'm like, it literally says you cannot deny any trips. 1, 2, they go, oh, well, when you get deactivated for declining trips, don't call me. I'm going like, no, that's
Yeah,
not
that's
the
not how
case,
it
Uber.
works.
That's not how it works, Uber. So you can, I mean, I know who the support lady is who's trying to fix all this. You know, we should talk, okay? And then, yeah, exactly. After Chris actually put this at the right place, and then I go down the rabbit hole. Okay, I'm just going like, I mean, I'm going like, did the TOS change? TOS meaning terms of service, people. You all get this. This is from Prop 22. I'm in California, so I'm bound by Prop 22. I do get the TOS as well, the general one. I want you to guys pay attention to B, where it says B towards the lower third of the screenshot. It says the network company does not require the app-based driver to accept any specific rideshare service or delivery service requests as a condition of maintaining access to the network company's online enabled application or platform. Okay, this is
Boom.
pretty clear to me. Is that pretty clear?
That's clear. You know,
Yeah,
most of
it's
the time
like,
it's all legal jargon. And you're like, wait, what's going on? Let's clarify this. That actually makes pretty good sense to me, saying that
yeah,
they cannot require you to accept or deny anything based on criteria to keep you on the platform. Meaning you can
yeah,
accept and deny any trip you want,
yeah.
and they cannot do anything about it because you're considered an
Well,
independent contractor according to
that
Prop
agent
22,
that
or
agent
at
did
least
not
in this
read that.
aspect. Huh?
That agent did not read that this part.
No, no.
Um,
Well, this
yeah,
this
and then
again, this
on
part's in California, not necessarily when it comes
no.
to the Philippines.
You know me. I went deeper in the rabbit hole after this one.
Oh,
And
of
then
course.
on C, okay, here, this is from the Uber TOS, my latest TOS, which I save all 27 pages and read all wonderful 27 pages of legal
And
bullshit.
you highlight, take notes, and
Yeah,
you get it.
I do all
to
that. Yeah,
Chat
because I'm an
GPT
idiot.
now.
You know, I'm a moron, but you know, it comes handy, bro. It comes handy. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
occasions like this, when they go, "Hey, we're logging you out," I'm like, "No, your TOS says you can't do that. I can decline all I want." So this part, I'm not going to read word for word, but this part clearly says we're walking away from being your employer. You are not our employee. We have an independent contractor relationship. So, you know, that's it. This is 1.1, right? And this clearly indicates that the consumer or the rider is our customer and we are Uber's customer. This is what basically says in legal mumbo jumbo. However, on the next one at 1.2 or whatever we're going, yep, 1.2. Okay. So this is the one that's the general TOS that everybody gets in their app or updates. This is the latest one. It says 1.2, your choice to provide P2P, meaning peer-to-peer service to riders. We do not and have no right to direct or control you. How many do you agree with that? You agree with that? Okay. Subject to platform availability, you decide when and where, wherever A, you want to offer P2P service facilitated by our platform, and B, you want to accept, decline, ignore, or cancel a ride, defined below, request, provided in each case that you agree not to discriminate against any potential rider in violation of the requirements defined below. Got that? So racial, you know, discrimination, obviously, and all kinds of stuff. But this clearly says, accept, decline, ignore, cancel, or ride request, period, as you wish. And then it continues, subject to your compliance with this agreement, you are not required to accept any minimum number of rides in order to access our platform. And it's entirely your choice whether to provide P2P services to riders directly. Then why the F are you logging me out? Huh? I'm not sure.
I
You
don't
are
know.
breaking your own TOS. You're deactivated. I mean, this is bullshit right there. This
Uber,
is
you're
you. This is
deactivated.
worse. Right. And then it continues. It says using our platform or using any other method to connect with riders, including but not limited to other platforms, meaning I can be on Lyft and Uber at the same time. You understand, however, that your riders' experiences with your rides, as determined by rider input, which is the rating system, may affect your ability to access our platform. I get that. If this is not clear as day, that you should not be turning my app off after 3 offers in the middle of the busiest holiday week of the year, travel year, right? Week of the year, I don't know what it does. Now, there will be some people who say, well, it was a bug, it was this, it was that. Hopefully it was fixed. And this goes into, this is all in your apps, people. You can all read this because I've read this, almost memorized all this garbage. Now, in 6.1, they have put in a disclaimer. And guess why is that in all capitalized? Because this is the glitch gate. Like, this is the part that says, look, we don't guarantee our app will work correctly all the time. So if you decide to sue our ass, we have this clause that may get us out of trouble, which says, look, we just provide a platform. Sometimes it works. We don't guarantee anything that it's going to work properly. But when it's done intentionally, after 3 in a row, you boot me off, and it's happening all over the country, I think it's too much of a coincidence. Again, thank you for fixing it. Much appreciated if you did fix it. But let's not play these games. And this is for everybody who keeps asking me every week, Serge, I didn't accept a few. Am I okay? Am I going to get deactivated? Well, sir, if you do get deactivated, and then I just read you word for word from the Uber TOS, and Lyft TOS is pretty much identical to this, that you will not get deactivated. You can take your acceptance rate to 0 if you want, because that's what it says right here. It's up to you, obviously. Now, you may have tier problems. You may have, you can't reach, obviously, diamond by declining trips. In certain cities that have certain acceptance rate requirements. We all know those games. However, in general, do not accept trips if they are not profitable. And this allows you to do so. That's it.
Yep. So that was a big mouthful of everything that was going on, but I think it cleared a lot of things up. First off, it cleared up these types of things should not be happening, especially if it's multiple areas, not just one. It's not limited to one area. It's limited to multiple areas. And then also it does clarify that you can deny rides. You don't have to accept every single ride. And it shows that right there. So again, those people who are worried, if you're new, you're not understanding of that. Yeah, this is definitely something that you can use for your advantage to not take rides that you don't think are profitable to you. Also, another thing that you need to know is your costs. We've talked about that. I just put a video about that, especially for new drivers, 20 tips on things that you need to know about that. The first tip was know your costs. The second one was you don't have to accept every ride. And that comes down back to this. So full circle, everybody.
Yep.
But,
And
but
CEO of Kid Cabo is here, Rebecca Locke. I'm going to have our, yeah, please, Rebecca, don't play these games. If you want to have a successful Kid Cabo or kids rideshare services, don't do these things. We just don't need these things, right? I mean, don't put people off. Don't do any of that stuff. So there you go. Yeah. So decline all you want, guys. And then if they do boot you off, send me an email because we have the TOS. I mean, hey, they're breaking their own TOS. I'm going like glitch or no glitch, I decline. And then next week, this is a promo for next week. We're going to do cherry picking 101. So this kind of goes with that because how to cherry pick, number one. Number two, and you may say, oh, there are no cherries in my city. No, there's always cherries. There's new things to look for now. We're going to warn you about those things. There's hidden surge trips. All kinds of good things are happening now. And then this TOS says decline all you want. It's theirs, not mine. I didn't put it there. Their high-paid lawyers put it there. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. Next week, we'll get an amendment, Chris. They change all this shit now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Uber.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think they really can, to be honest, because otherwise, yeah, you're starting to look at employee territory versus independent contractor. I think the clause has to continue in there saying that you're allowed to be able to accept or deny or cancel or ignore any ride requests that you so choose, because that helps strengthen the independent contractor status that they're trying to portray to everybody versus an employee status. So if they're telling you you have to take rides or accept a certain criteria amount in order to gain access to the platform, now you are opening up a can of worms you probably don't want to when it comes to being an employee versus an independent contractor. We all
Well, you
know
can't have
Uber and
the
Lyft
cake, eat
do
it
not
too. You
want that.
cannot have the cake and eat it too. You cannot have
Nope.
the cake and eat it too. This says that you decline, or when you decline, then you throttle. Okay, I'm not buying throttling. Throttling has many versions. People say, oh, I'm not getting trips, whatever. Okay, things could be happening there, which I know what it is. But let's say they don't throttle. But then, don't set acceptance rates level for me to see destination, things like that. A lot of cities have that still, Chris. You have to reach that threshold for you to be able to see the destination. Then to reach platinum, you have to have certain AR and CR levels. I'm like, what's none of this is necessary. If that paragraph is not making it clear enough that on one hand, you're saying decline all you want, it's okay. We're not going to hold you, bound you by it. We're not going to force you. And then on the other hand, at the end, the carrot and stick game we're playing is, oh, well, if you don't reach 85% AR and 5% CR, we're not going to get you to diamond. I'm like, that just doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. That's eating having the cake and eat it too. So we're going to fix this though. I mean, seriously, because legislation is going to come in at some point, because this is bad. It's bad for everybody. It's bad for Uber. It's bad, it's bad for drivers. It's bad for the consumer. It's bad for everybody. Let's not play these games for a simple business. Okay, let's go.
Oh, and Rebecca, if you want us to look at your terms of service and kind of break it down, and
I'll read it.
Drivers, let us know. Shoot us an email. We'll take a look at it. We can try working with you a little bit. But beyond that, now we don't want to just put Uber under the bus, because we all know the little tree that's trying to grow, that's kind of falling. Little branches are falling off. Lyft over here, they had their own fair share of problems as well too. It might not have been widespread, but they've been doing kind of a similar thing. And
yeah. This is another popular email this week. Okay, I am still trying to confirm this. No, this part is real. Okay, however, the part that was this driver's reasoning is not clear yet. So with that caveat, you know who you are, sir, because I asked you with your permission, I'm going to show this, and you said yes. I'm saying, he says that after 3 or 4 declines, this is what Lyft is doing now. Okay, Lyft, please don't follow Uber. Just don't. I get the verification. I am all for verification for reasons we're going to talk about in about half hour, probably, about fake accounts, accounts for sale on the black market, all that good stuff. This is happening on Lyft now. Chris, Lyft has something additional. On Uber, I get the verification every 6 hours maybe, or every, depending on how many hours, probably every 10 hours. So it'll say, take a selfie of yourself. Get it? I'm like, okay, click, I'm done. Good. Take your hat off, take your glasses off. Make sure if you have a beard, and you didn't have a beard on the old picture, but I'm not sure you can grow a beard in a couple of days. So Uber is easy. Uber's AI is working. Now on Lyft's part, Lyft added on top of your picture, they want you to upload back in the front of your driver's license as well. Now, Lyft, this is completely unnecessary, honestly, because some people's driver's license could be worn out, old, 3-4 years old. Maybe it's a little bit of, I don't know, wear and tear on it. And your AI is not picking it up. And this guy got locked out, Chris. He goes, shit, I declined 3 or 4. And this is what happened. Then I can't get in. I call support. They don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, well, I go, sorry, buddy. I can't help you. I don't know. I hope it gets fixed. So Lyft. Okay, if that's the case, that you're following Uber after 3-4 declines, you're kicking people out willy-nilly around the city, don't do that. Or if you're going to do it, at least simplify your verification process, because that's a lot of work. Like a picture on top of the front and back of the driver's license, it's too much. Shit will go wrong. AI is not perfect. I don't know, maybe the guy's camera was old. I have no idea. So this guy was experiencing this now. So it was like, this whole week was like 3 or 4 declines, slap you in the head. And, I'm pretty sure this is also, Lyft's TOS also has a similar thing, that you're just an independent contractor, decline all you want, offers, whatever. I'm going like, so if you guys are experiencing this, please let me know. Sergio at therideshareguy.com, because this is what's happening at Lyft.
You have a comment right here that I want to highlight. before we move on. They have sent a citation for not replacing the Uber tag properly, which is I have glued on my window for seven years. It seems this is a new scam. They're sending you false citations to collect money from drivers.
Okay,
Can
The
you give a
cop?
little bit more information on that? Like what is happening? If it's too much to put into the chat, then just email
never heard of
Sergio
that.
at therideshareguy.com.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to citations, yeah, it's what are you looking at? Even taking even taking the picture of the Lyft app is difficult. Oh no. Trying to see. So
Okay,
yeah,
I
kind of
don't
give
know.
us a little bit more information on that when it comes to
Yeah.
citations and stuff. The easiest thing to do is if you're receiving a citation from a local municipality, go to the municipality and see what's going on there and
Yeah, and test the
go
ticket.
from there.
That if you have it displayed correctly, they shouldn't be able to do that. But okay, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Send me an email, some screenshots of what you got so we can fix it. Yeah. So how's everybody's Thanksgiving? Yeah, Thanksgiving was shit for a lot of people because it just kept kept getting booted off. And I'm like, hey man,
Yeah.
not cool. Breaking your own TOS. If I broke your TOS, you know what happens to me? What happens to me if I break your TOS, Uber? I go,
You're
see
deactivated.
you later. And I'm like, come on, man. Let's play the game a little easy. Let's just make it easy. Let's just have a good relationship here. Okay, even if it was a bug, Uber, last thing about this, it does not create more goodwill. That Tuesday, this bug starts, and on Tuesday, 11 a.m., this bug stops. And the whole week, travel week is messed up for a lot of airport trips, okay? Why? Right? I mean, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but to me, it's like, come on, man. Let's not do these things, man. It doesn't create goodwill. So,
Yeah, right. And it just gives drivers even more sour taste in the mouth. So even when some good things do happen, they're still pissed off because they're remembering everything else. So
yeah.
some issues there. All right, so we are going to do a little game after this topic. We're going to do one more topic, and then we're going to play Cash or Trash. We're going to invite 3 people on. So the first 3 people that I'm going to put the code into the chat in just a minute, so you can come in. The first 3 people are going to be on. So we're going to play the game. Basically, what it's going to be is we're going to show a ride request. We're actually quite a few, and we're going to put it on for 10 seconds. Pretty much the same amount of time that you get for Uber. I think there's a couple of Lyft ones in here, so we'll do 15 seconds at that point because it's Lyft.
We'll put a few.
So we can at least make it fair for both. But then we want to hear from each of the 3 of the people. Would they take it? Would they not? Why? And then whoever is, what's up?
10 seconds, not too long. 10 seconds, boom,
and then
done.
Whoever is the crowd will see who the winner is when it comes to the driver there who had the best reasons on why they would or would not take that particular ride. Overall, though. Right, so.
Yeah, we're gonna have 3 people on. They're gonna compete, and the crowd is going to decide who the winner of the $25 gift certificate is. Okay. We have this Cash or Trash segment. We like it. We think it's a good thing to do, but we don't know how to do it yet. So if you guys have any opinions, send it to me as well. Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Last week we did 1s and 2s. It turned into a nightmare. This week we said, okay, we'll involve the crowd some more, bring 3 people on, and they decide at the end of the 5 minutes who the winner is, the best reasoning why to accept or decline. Then that's what we're going to try this week until we figure this out, because we like the segment called Cash or Trash. There you go.
Thanks.
I got tip baited again. Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. 2 hours later, 20. Yep. Well, good for you. Swish Nikush. Thank you for the super chat. Good for you.
All right, we got 2 people on already. We got 1 more. So if you want to come on, but Sergio, you want to talk? Yeah, we got one more open spot. Don't worry. We got Dada and Reiki Life. We see you guys in the back. We will bring you on. We have 1 more topic, so don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Stay there.
But first,
Dada
before we get into that topic, I see the thumbs up. All right. Before we get into that, again, 1 more person. Click the link. We got our 3rd person, Kevin. All right, so Kevin's going to be on.
Okay, that's it. These 3 are playing the game.
Yep, these 3 are playing the game. First, what are you wearing?
I'm going to promo my behind the wheel interview with Professor Killermeiler. Uh, okay, he has a.
Appreciate the super chat. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Ocho. Hey, I met you at LAX, bro. That's my guy right there. When we were doing the New York Times thing, photo shoot. Okay, Professor Killermeiler. Nobody likes him in the chat. He's a smart guy, though. He's a good driver. He's shrewd. I have a behind the wheel interview coming up with him in 2 weeks. You go at him all you want when the interview comes out, okay, people? He's ready for a fight. So there you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about this upfront fares thing and what's going on there. And why it could be a disaster for drivers. And Sergio, I know you wanna dig into this.
I definitely want to dig into this.
Don't worry, our 3 drivers in the background, you will be brought on. We're gonna do our
we have way too many now.
Hold
Okay,
on a minute.
okay, we're gonna get you all on at some point. But okay, hold on, people. Chris, should we do year end? Okay, the year of the upfront fare and do like a culmination episode of all the shavings and all the things wrong with upfront fares? Should we do one like that? And upfront fares episode?
I don't know. Well, I guess it'll depend on what people want.
All right. Well, you guys email me if you guys want to do upfront fares, because that's the only way we can get rid of upfront fares, because we got to take it to places. So this person, another viewer of ours, obviously. If you guys can see on the bottom, upfront fare was $22. What was it, Chris? It's just so small.
$22.27.
$22.27. Okay. So you guys can see the trip, right? Estimate was 41 minutes and 22 miles, right? 22 and a half miles, the estimate. The trip went for only 35 minutes and 15 and a half miles, or 15 and a quarter. And she exactly shows me with the circle on the right screenshot. The original destination was where the blue X is up top, but PAX changed their mind and changed their destination to that spot, Chris, right? So the trip only went, 6 minutes less and about 8 miles less, according to Lyft, right?
Yep. And
Lyft lowered the upfront fare by 50%.
That does not make sense to me.
Of course not. That's why we're showing it.
Yeah. No, just overall, that does not make sense. Even if it's, it's still 1583 out of 22. So that's at least 66% of the ride. So you should at least get...
Well, actually, she's here. Whoever sent this to me is here. So I'm not going to say who it is. Okay, Lyft. How is this getting a 50% haircut? I mean, seriously, Lyft. First of all, $22 and change is my upfront contract. We have a contractor-subcontractor relationship. That is my contract. You can't cut it 50%. Now, if the trip had gone this much longer, are you going to increase it 50%? Of course not. So this is what's broken with upfront fares, because we don't know what the hell is going to happen. None. We have no idea. Lyft may have paid her the full thing. We don't know, bro. We just do it, take a chance, take a gamble. And what are we going to do? Kick the passenger out? No. Okay. We do it. And look at this trip, $11.41 for 35 minutes and 15 miles. Complete loss. I mean, what the heck? Come on, man. Okay, so that's broken with upfront fares. So next one. Yeah. Well, let's go to the right one, and then we'll finish with the left two. The right one, Chris. You what do you think about this, Chris?
$17.18 with a $15 surge included.
Yeah.
For the trip going 12 minutes or 4.8 miles away for pickup, for a total trip duration from pickup to drop off of 14 minutes to 5.9 miles. So you're looking at that right there, 10 miles to drive for 26 minutes for $17.18 with a $15 surge. Let's deduct that $15 surge. You're getting $2.18 to go 10 miles and 22 minutes. Please tell me how surge is in addition to this ride here, because I can tell you right now, it's not.
$2, Chris. 26
That's
minutes.
Insane.
And how many miles? 10 miles, $2. Uber. This is why the shit's broken when we put it up last week.
Yeah.
How was it broken?
Let's say in reality, this would probably be maybe like a $7 trip before that.
No more. And then it's 26 minutes and 10 miles. It should be like $8, $9, $10 trip, $1 a mile, let's say, right?
Plus well, I'm going on how they're
On the
pricing it, not
cheap
how it
side?
should be. So let's say it's $6-7 for this trip. Add
Okay.
$15 to that. You're looking at $21-22,
Okay.
just for that trip, not 17-18. So they just
Yeah.
shaved off $5 right there.
Minimum, right? Okay, this is why the algorithm is broken. Okay, we have to do something about this. This is ridiculous. And do you remember our EV shaving buddy?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is from Florida now.
It's back.
Right there.
So which one's which?
Lower one
car,
is
the
the
13
lower one is
1301 is a
the gas
Tesla,
vehicle, and the left one is the EV.
Okay, so right there, almost what is that, 20 or 70 or 85-cent difference? Something like that?
Yeah, 16-cent haircut.
No,
Yeah.
well, from the dollar, yeah.
Yeah. So it's back. It's
So
back.
drivers out there, if you drive an EV,
What
we're gonna
the
request that you
frick,
guys
bro?
go get together with your gas-powered counterpart and do screen records of ride requests coming in. Let's see if that dollar shaving is being fixed, because this is something that we covered way back in, oh my God, in May. We talked about this, and now it's back. What's going on here, Uber? You got some splaining to do.
It's back to Florida, and I guess we have to do the test again because it was fixed, you know. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that was kind of the biggest thing, is that we need to be able to continually do these things. So yes, if you guys drive an EV, or if you got some friends that are driving Uber, get together, go grab a coffee, watch the game, turn your apps on, whatever it might be, screen record it, send it to us, and then that way we can verify what's going on with the rides. Because not only that, we also got to check on all of the other shaving that happened as well.
Yeah.
So we got to check just in general, are these rides coming in at the same price for the similar driver that's in the exact same area to the same drop off? We need to look at the EV shaving. We need to look at the surge shaving. We need to look at the surge maps. We need to look at all of this different stuff that's going on, so we can see if it's being fixed or has it gone back to its old ways.
Well, it has the ebbs and flows, right? It gets fixed and then it kind of slips back in.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing of what happened on Thanksgiving on that Tuesday. Everybody was getting logged off. So if you decline 3, you get logged off. It's just like, oh, let's just come back in full force and screw everything up. This is why the algorithm is broken.
This is why we need to stay on business and check these things out. That's why, I suggested a full upfront fare audit. How's it working after a year?
Well, I remember when Dara was on with Harry back in June of last year. So this is going almost a year and a half at this point now, saying, give us a little bit of time. Dude, you've had your time. Fix it now, because it's well past due. I gave you 6 months. That was we're going on a year past 6 months, because it's almost 18 months since you were with Harry talking about this.
Yeah. So you're a shill, bud. You're a shill. You know that?
What?
You're a shill.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. You're at the wrong place, buddy. Time to wake up.
I mean, first of all, I don't know what shills are. I didn't know that shills completely destroy talking about a particular company that they're shilling for. But okay. Cool, bro. Cool story, bro.
Yeah, cool, bro. Thumbs up.
All right. Well,
see you on another channel. All right.
We got Dada, Regal Life, and Kevin. We're about to bring you guys on. Thank you for coming on. Just a minute. So what we're going to do is a cash or trash. We're going to show you guys a screenshot of a ride request. We're going to put it on for 10 seconds. We're going to pull it off. We are going to let you guys say, would you accept it or deny it? Please go in order. So Dada, we'll bring you on. Welcome. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Where are you from?
LA.
LA. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on. Reiki Life, how you doing?
Oh, you're Dada. Don't forget to email me about the Chinese bot thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Reiki. Hey, Reiki. How are you?
Appreciate it. How you doing today?
Doing great, guys. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks. Where are you calling from? Or where are you from?
Right. Raleigh, Durham in North Carolina.
Awesome. And then Kevin, how you doing today?
Hello, I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing well.
Hey.
Doing well. Appreciate you coming on. Where are you from, Kevin?
So I'm near Salt Lake City, Utah.
Awesome.
All right.
So, you guys, any questions before we get started?
No, I guess this is just verbal.
Just going to show you like a ping screen for 10 seconds. And then we're
Okay.
going to take it out. And you guys got to give us the reason. We'll show you 3. One at a time, obviously. You give us 10 seconds that you have during the ping, what you're thinking, and if you take it or decline it. Cash or trash. You say cash or trash. And then audience is watching. We're going to put it up to a vote. Who wins the $25 between Kevin, Ricky, and Dada? There we go.
Right. So we all set? Any questions?
Who goes first?
Yeah, do we just speak over each other?
No, yeah, okay, let's go Dada, Ricky, Kevin in that order, but it doesn't matter. What you say is going to matter, not who goes first or what.
Okay.
And then our audience, pay attention to what everybody's saying.
Yeah, pay
because
attention to these people,
at
please.
the end of it, we want to know who you think is the best answers when it comes to the particular ride. So make sure you're paying attention. And if you're driving, please pay attention to the road, not to the screen.
Please. Yes.
Do you need the reasoning after, or we do the reasoning in just as we speak?
Yeah, just you see it.
Yep. Just and I mean, as a surface level, obviously, if it was in a particular area and you knew that market, it might change. But just as a surface level coming in, what you see.
Yeah, I mean, look, it may be a trip from LA. Obviously, it's different than North Carolina and Utah and all that stuff. But comparable trip in your city, what would you do with it? Right? Think of it that way.
All right. So
All right,
let's
here we go.
Oh shoot, I can't see it. The screen's too small.
We're fucked.
7120. Can you go to the side? 7123 for this ride for 11 minutes, 6.4 mile to pick up, 55 minutes, 148.7 miles to drop off.
God, no, trash. God, for that many miles? No, you are not tearing up my car, Uber, Lyft, goobers.
Okay, so that's your 10 seconds. So how about you, Dada?
Yeah, trash coverage, I mean, that's not worth it. I mean, it might be good money, like upfront, but you end up, 150 miles away from your home. And what are you going to do there?
Okay. How about you, Kevin?
I would say absolutely no. Even if it was twice the pay, I wouldn't do that one.
Okay. So, but the reason is mileage. Is that what you guys are saying? All 3 of you?
It takes
All right,
money,
people paying attention?
Money, sure.
takes me
Okay.
way, way, way out of my area.
Okay. All right. Next one.
All right. Next one. Give me a
Chris,
second.
will you read it for me?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I'll be like the assist. So if you have it on your phone, I'll do that.
Thank you.
All right.
Sorry.
No problem. It's 4608, 5 minutes to pick up, 1.3 miles away for a total trip duration of 1 hour, 4 minutes or 50.8 mile trip.
Trash. That's less
was
than
that?
50 cents a minute.
Who said that?
I said
That was-
that. Trash.
Josh? Okay. So no for you. How about you, Dada?
I would say maybe, depending
Okay.
on time of day, depending on where I am, where I want to
Okay.
go. It's not really like, definitely not yes, but it could be yes,
It's not totally trash. It's
not
just
totally trash,
semi-trash.
but yeah, I mean,
It's a
You know
track. It's a track hash.
Trash.
yeah.
Okay. How about you, Kevin?
Trash for me. Again, that's way too far for me. I don't like to have people in my car for more than 10 minutes at a time, maybe 15 max.
Good one. Okay. All right. Okay. Next one. Look at this. They're all saying trash. I would have taken that trip in LA. Seriously, I would. I mean, we're suffering in LA badly.
Wow.
We're
Wait,
horrible. This is the worst in 8 years. I would think that. But anyway, so next one.
All right, next one. It's 4754 total trip with $13 surge included. 5 minutes, 1 mile away pickup. 58 mile trip for 46.51 miles.
58
Trash.
minutes.
Trash. Tearing up my car for less than $1 a mile? No.
Yeah, but okay. We're gonna discuss all your commentary in a minute. Okay, how about you, Dada?
Maybe again, but most likely like 70% trash.
Okay.
Like it's less than
Alright.
before the previous one. Let's
Okay,
check.
but what's the reason? Is the miles per dollar per miles?
Miles,
Dollar
and I don't
per hour?
go to Pomona Valley. So yeah, I mean, like that area
Okay.
is, like, yeah, I mean, that's too
Okay.
far. And yeah, I
Kevin,
mean,
I'm
that's
pretty
too
sure
far.
since he already said he doesn't take more than 10 minutes for the passenger, so I'm going
Yeah.
like you said. Trash.
I mean, that would be trash unless I was going to that somewhere in that area. That's the only way I would do it, which I rarely ever, like I said, I'm in a little town that's like 15 minutes or 15 miles circumference, and I really try not to leave that area. But if I was heading to Salt Lake or something and that trip was going to Salt Lake, then I would do it then, but that's the only way.
Okay. All right. So should we show one more?
Yep, we got one more.
Okay, we got one.
All right, let's do this. All right,
That's the same one.
there
Okay.
it is.
Oh, this is
$43.75 with a $1.50 surge included. 10 minutes to pick up, 1.8 mile away for a total trip duration of 102 minutes, 32.19 mile trip.
dollars per mile. Pretty good. 32 miles.
Oh, it's only 32 miles? And
Yeah.
what's the total time?
102 minutes.
102 minutes.
102.
Well,
Wait,
112 minutes.
So
What's
that's
the
like
bottom mile?
Total
I
time
have
is
to,
112 minutes.
okay,
I didn't hear you.
Total miles 34 miles for 44
Okay.
bucks. And total time is like 108 minutes, meaning an hour and 48 minutes.
For 43?
Yeah, 43.
$43? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take that, because if I get too far out of my zone, I have to double the miles back.
Okay.
So if it goes inside of 15 miles, then it needs to double. It needs to be closer to $3 total trip, because coming back, I'm not going to get a trip back to my area, which is like on the outskirts of town.
Okay.
So while that would be
we have trolls here, bro. These are all trolls.
under some terms. Oh.
Okay, how about you, Doc?
No trash, because that's obviously afternoon, so it's a lot of traffic. It's, you never trust whatever Uber says 100 minutes. It's likely be 120 minutes for 2 hours for $40, and then it takes me. That's actually a good time to work if you are if you know where to position yourself, and instead you spending these 2 hours going middle of nowhere. I mean, no, that's trash.
Okay, Kevin.
Definitely trash for me too. I'm just imagining, what if I had to take a leak or something as I had them in my car for a freaking 100 minutes? I mean, I've heard some people say that they send them a message and they're like, "Can you give me X amount of dollars to get me back home?" or something like that. Have you guys ever heard anybody talk about that? Like maybe in a situation like that, like you send them a message.
I've heard that happening. We haven't really discussed that on the show. But yeah, I've heard that quite a few times when it comes to like Facebook and stuff like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you all three the same question, like 2 questions, right? How long have you been driving?
8 months.
Oh my God, you're a veteran already. Wow. Okay. How
many
long have
rides
you been
do you have?
watching us? 8 months.
How many? Maybe. I don't know how many trips I've had. It's in the
How about
thousands.
you, Kevin? How many years have you been driving, or how many months?
Me?
Kevin?
I'm driving for 3 years. Oh, sorry.
1 year?
No, me 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. Or how about you, Kevin?
So I've been driving for less than a year. I've got just over 800 trips.
Okay, so you all are fairly new, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, you have learned to decline stuff, obviously, and you have figured out what works in your city specifically, right? So how did you get here? How did you figure all this out? Obviously, it's not watching just us, but, us, really?
Learning my market. I want to know not just where they say to go, where their surge appears to be. I want to know where the people live that need the trips in the morning, where the people work that need the rides home that aren't too far away from my neighborhood. I want to know who lives close to me that needs rides on a regular basis, in what neighborhoods. And so you have sort of a pinpoint. I mean, if I could take it out of my head and put it on paper, it would be a map with a bunch of pins. And that is my surge zone.
Okay. Do you speak to other drivers do you have a community of drivers you speak to?
Not on a regular basis. I joined a couple of Facebook groups, but I've kind of tried to stay focused and not like. I like to know where other drivers are on the other the passenger app, but I try not to give that too much focus so that I can just keep my focus on where I know I need to be as opposed to where other people are.
This is what we can do. All three of you are fairly new, right? Compared to some of our audience, which is 6, 7, 10 years, whatever. Me, 8 years, Chris, something like that. Tens of thousands of trips, right? However, you have caught up to the game. You're making Uber work for you as opposed to you working for Uber, number one, right? So this would be like an amazing way of finishing this segment, right? If you all promise me that you're going to go contact 5 drivers in your areas. When you're driving, we stop at 7-Eleven, airports, whatever. Just go talk to them and say, I'm not telling them to convert anybody or change their minds, but all your reasonings are so reasonable to me, which I would say to a brand new driver. This is how we can get this community going larger and larger and larger, right? Spread the word, door-to-door advertising kind of a thing. Because honestly, I would not have expected this kind of commentary from just the single-year drivers. Seriously, would you, Chris? I mean, this is unbelievable.
I'm sorry, what was that? I was looking at some of the comments.
No, I mean, I was saying like the way they're handling their business is amazing, right? This is exactly what we preach, right? Be on platforms. Hopefully, all you are on both platforms. Are you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And there you go. So I don't know. I mean, okay. So now let's give one of these wonderful drivers the $25. So the chat is going to decide. Kevin, Reiki, or Dada. Should we do 1, 2, 3 or just names? Names?
Just 2 names. That way we can see it.
Okay. So let's do the names. Okay, chat. Let's go.
Comment. All 3
vote for your favorite. Vote for your favorite. If not, we're gonna have to decide. We don't want to decide, or we're just gonna give everybody $25.
Well, they're doing that. Could I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
So I just got to say, first of all, I really love your guys' show, and I really appreciate all the work you guys do. It helps a lot of people out there. Second, I want to say I noticed that I watch a lot of different YouTubers channels, and it seems like so many of them are in large markets to where they're getting pings constantly. And for so many people out there like me, it's not like that, right? Like sometimes I can go half an hour between even getting a ping. So so it's just so different for everybody. But I noticed something so weird since yesterday. I noticed that Uber has been giving me way higher pay, and they're adding something called, tell me if you guys have ever heard about this. It's called, what's it called? Seasonal driver surcharge. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it in Lake Tahoe. They do that quite often up there. Certain zones, certain areas of the year, time of the year.
I'm getting it for the last 2 days. I've been getting it, and they're literally paying me like $2 a mile right now. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Well, that's one way of rebalance stuff, supply and demand, right? I'm sure they're running low on supply, and they have their own wonderful ways of getting supply out there. And take advantage of it. Just drive, hit it hard, and then take off the next 4 days after it ends. I mean, you got to drive. You got to drive when those bonuses are there to make it worthwhile. So.
It's really weird because first they gave me a guarantee to get back on this month. So it was 2,200 for 220 rides. So I just did all short rides really quick, and they owed me 700 after. So that felt good to get that inserted. And then after that, they gave me a week, the Quest or whatever. It was like an extra 150. I knocked that out, and then they didn't give me anything after that. So now they've transitioned over to this extra higher pay, and it's crazy how much it changes. It keeps changing.
Yeah, but that's when you just make them miss you. Now you quit Uber, and then Lyft will miss you, and then you just play them against each other as much as you can, right? You drive when they show you the money. And to be perfectly honest with you, you all are doing so well in your own cities, right? That you have figured out the city, you have figured out the rhythm of the city, you have figured out where the demand is, when and where to work. I mean, shit, we can't do better than this, Chris. This is like 3 top drivers right here in a year. So all you now have to go create another clones of Kevin and Ricky and Dada. You guys have to do that. You just get the community larger. And so I don't know who won. Honestly, I wasn't looking. Were you looking?
I've been counting the comments. Actually, next time if we do this, I will put a poll. Again, this is the growing pains of everything. But there was a clear winner. Dada and Ricky Life were very close second, but Kevin was the one with the most votes. So congratulations, Kevin.
You would have been movie, Kevin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, Reiki, I respond to your every email. Reiki emails me quite often. Kevin, I'm not sure if he's emailed me before.
I've never emailed
Dada, you have to email me about that thing, and we have to talk about that because I'm working on it. Trust me, I'm working on it. Yeah. So Kevin is our winner. Give a hand to Kevin.
Good job.
And if you guys have any ideas how to run this thing, because we're also trying to figure this thing out, just give us some ideas.
Some ideas for what?
Ideas for cash or trash. We think it's like a cool segment, but we don't know how to run it yet. So,
well, the thing I noticed for today is like the things that you had pop up, like none of them would really work in my scenario. So maybe have some different like shorter rides, or maybe multiple trip rides pop up, something like that.
Okay. So then,
we're also going to use my market as well too for some screenshots.
Let's do this. Let's have everyone send me screenshots of trips that you have accepted, at least a couple from your cities, and few that you have declined. So we don't have to put all trash up, right? Out of all those, I would have done that single one, which was an hour and 4 minutes for, it was an hour for $45 or whatever it was. But yeah, so let's do that. Everybody send me screenshots of trips you have accepted and trips you have declined. So then we can put from different cities, as opposed to just LA. Good idea.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll put a poll next time. I saw that in the chat, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot we can do polls on here. So used to not doing that. So, but I was keeping a track. But yeah, you guys all did really good when it came to your answers. So we appreciate that. Any last things, Sergio?
No, man. Thank you for playing the game. We're gonna get it better. We'll get it dialed down in a couple of weeks. Ricky, I know Kevin, you have to email me to get your gift certificate. Dada, please don't forget to email me about the Chinese thing. And Ricky, I know I get emails from you. So much love. Be safe out there. Stay healthy. And please spread the word. Grow the community.
I got one more quick thing, if I could.
Sure.
So I'm currently driving a 2014 Hyundai Accent. I just paid cash. It was cheap. It's already paid for itself in the first month. $2,700 is what I paid for it. But I was thinking about buying a new Kia to do this. What's your opinion? Do you think I'll get more pings or no?
Nope. Do not buy a new car to do rideshare.
Okay.
About 4 years, maybe almost fully depreciated. Something super economical. I know Utah weather is, may get tough, so figure that part out.
Yeah.
But something actually, and used car prices are kind of coming down anyway. So
yeah.
If you can be patient,
you'll like Joe's video on Saturday. Because he had to go through the same thing looking at a new car because his car, he had a more expensive repair, and because of its age and the amount of miles on it or his requirements, he would have had to get a new car by the time the inspection came about. So he was in the process of that. So he just made a video on the new car that he got, a couple of the places that he went through, some of the things there. So that's coming out, I believe, on Saturday morning. So
yeah, don't buy a new car, Kevin. Just 4 or 5 years old. Make sure you have 4 or 5 years to go, that you don't fall out of the platform, right?
Yeah, I'm still good. I'm still good on the miles, and I swear this car will probably run forever. So I might as well keep it going.
That's your call. But okay, last question for you all. Are you full-time or part-time drivers? Like, how many hours do you drive?
I'm less than 40 hours a week.
Okay.
So
what did you do before this?
I'd stay-at-home mom, actually.
Okay, cool.
And childcare.
I'm about averaging like 35, 37 a week.
Okay.
But I usually compress it over weekends.
Okay.
So I don't really drive on the weekdays.
Okay, Cool.
But
And how
with
about
them
you, Kevin?
full time, like 10, 12
Yeah.
hours.
I've been kind of all over the place. I've spent a lot of time online just watching the offers lately and trying to find out when I can get consistent rides. Lately, I've been waking up at 4:30 in the morning and going till about 9 a.m. And then it really dies off in my area until about 1:30 p.m. Then I'll go back out from 1:30 p.m. to like 5, and then sometimes I'll catch a few hours later at night from maybe like 9 p.m. to 11. Something, it's kind of weird in my area. I don't have constant rides, so I kind of have to jump in and out. But luckily, I'm close to the zone of where I ride, so I can just cruise home and wait for a good ping to come in and then head back out.
That's awesome. So you're doing both apps. If you are not totally against it, I would suggest that you also, like, you're working the right hours, right? The morning shift from 4:30 to 9ish, let's say. And then take a break for an hour, maybe at 11 to 1, maybe you can hit like deliveries. If you like doing deliveries pay reasonably well. Uber Eats is part of your app anyway. Just get on it and try Uber Eats and then add on DoorDash. And that way you can just, work like a full 2-3 days, let's say, and then you will subsidize your lack of income maybe on rideshare with food deliveries, because when the weather gets cold or, not, it goes bad, let's say in Utah, and then people stay in and order more deliveries, and you will make more money that way. So, you just kind of balance your earnings or income that way.
What's your guys' opinion on, what do they call it? Dirty apping? I've been kind of using Lyft and Uber to hitch a ride.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I'll do it all the time, but this is the way you got to play that. So both apps are on. Do you have 2 phones or 1 phone?
1 phone, but I can toggle back.
Try to get 2 phones. Try to get like a cheap Android or something and run it off your hotspot of your existing phone, right? Like a Wi-Fi connection. And run one app on one on the other one. And then since you have both upfront fares in where you are, right? You see the passenger where they're going, right?
Yeah.
So if you're on an Uber trip and you get a ping, that's about half a mile from pickup of where you're dropping off, you kind of figure that, or a mile, accept it. I mean, you're just going that way anyway, right?
Yeah.
So that way your utilization rate will be high, and then you're just more efficient that way. I mean, in food delivery, it's more dirty apping, because then you have a DoorDash order versus an Uber Eats order. Make sure they're going the same direction, right? Always make sure they're going the same direction. Don't ever accept anything behind you. So if you're going north to south, except the Lyft trip should be in front of you as opposed to behind you, right?
Yeah.
But then you see that with the maps. So yeah, I do it all day long. Your time is for sale to the highest bidder, bro. Forget the rest. You're not loyal to any of these companies.
I had a couple of those situations happen today.
Anyway, but okay.
Also, I mean, if you can use the Maximo app or something.
Yeah, Maximo is good. Para is okay. We're working on something with Uber actually that they may help drivers with that. I can't say anything more about it, but you guys may like that. There's changes coming up in January, so hopefully it'll be good. But yeah, anything else? Thank you guys, much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right,
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
Kevin, don't forget to email me.
Okay.
Ricky, good luck and be safe, please, all 3 of you. And Dada, email me. That's it.
Sorry about that.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
Bye now.
Bye.
All right, so that is Cash or Trash. That was pretty interesting and fun. Thanks to our drivers that came on and would tell us what they would think. So I am not in my car. This is a green screen, but it's actually my old car. I have to update my picture now.
I'm in
because I'm in a
Malibu.
new car. I don't know why people are talking about BJ's and Sam's Club and all that. BJ's is like
probably,
yes.
I don't know.
All
right,
so
that was better than last week, I thought, but still, we need to hone it down.
Oh yeah, no, we will. We'll absolutely will. So
I like it.
Let's talk about our next subject here, and that is fake IDs, fake accounts, all of that stuff. What's going on? It's funny because Sergio, you sent me the screenshots on Sunday, and then we got an email from driver basically saying the same exact thing.
Identical thing.
This one is a driver who's actually driving versus somebody who is not, and now can't get onto the platform. So there's a lot of issues here when it comes to people using identity theft to sign up for Uber and Lyft and then sell these accounts on the black market and all that stuff. So Very
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean, this is happening. We talked about this with the immigrant or migrants coming into the country, and shady pieces of shit, having their first experience be a horrible one. But this is above and beyond that. This is so this person, South Florida woman, she works at the post office, and then she said, at my spare time, let me go do some Uber. I mean, I'm just not going to read the whole thing and just give you guys a snapshot of it. And then she goes, like we all did, upload the shit and download the app. And she got declined. I mean, she works for the post office. She's probably pretty good record, right? Clean record and all that good stuff. And then she gets in touch with Uber, and Uber goes, by the way, your account is in use by like 4 or 5 other people already. The woman goes, huh? And this is the problem. A lot of these accounts, through ID theft, are being created and being sold in the black market. Now, how safe is that? None of these people are going through a background check, because what these fraudulent people did was, before they created it, they ran a background check with her identity, and obviously she passed. And then they went and sold these accounts. And I'm going like, this is as unsafe as it could be. This is bullshit. And Uber and Lyft can easily stop this, right? Because this lady wasn't shocked that her identity was stolen, and there were drivers driving with her name already out there. And I'm going like, yeah. So this is where the AI is going to come into play, as opposed to that chatbot Uber. Remember that? Whatever that was, the fiasco that your support told this driver. So yeah, this is happening quite often, Chris. This is a big problem. It's bigger problem in deliveries, much bigger problem in deliveries. Okay, because the scrutiny is not that much, and DoorDash doesn't ask for too many photo verifications. I ordered DoorDash. I swear, I'd be like looking at my driver. It'll say like, Joe is going to drop the door or order off. I go open the door, and it's not Joe. It's like Nancy. I go, how's that? That's not safe. Obviously, you're not Joe. But what am I going to do? I'm not going to be an asshole to the driver. I'm a driver. So I go, okay, whatever. But yeah, all these accounts are being sold in the black market and everywhere else. And I think this is bad. I mean, that's all I got to say. And watch.
I mean, if they can literally say, oh, you've got like 2 or 3 accounts already, how can you say you've got 2 or 3 accounts? Like, shouldn't that be red flags going off inside Uber and Lyft right now, or DoorDash, any of these places that say this person's is signed up on multiple accounts? And then you should probably look and do a little investigation to see what's going on here, and then kick off those that aren't really there, or try to follow up and figure out exactly what's going on. I mean,
yep, great comment there. Yeah, lots of fraudulent drivers on the platforms, especially in South Florida. I know that for a fact. And a legit problem needs to be solved. But these are the drivers willing to work for sub-minimum wage. And because it's not their account, and their account is held by some other person, and they're just driving, and this person is probably giving them $100 a day, which is a lot more than what they made where they came from. So yeah, there's a big problem. And especially on food delivery, these companies can stop this immediately. I mean, have everybody verify their ID, take a photo ID, every 2 hours, every 3 hours. I'm willing to do it because it's going to clean up. The other thing is going to clean up, Chris, is oversaturation. There's way too many drivers out there. I mean, we showed at the start of the show, there were like 700 drivers at LAX, bro. It's like, why?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. Actually, I mean, I doubt it's that much right now, but I never go to the airport in Buffalo unless it's like a Monday or Tuesday night at 11, because that's when there's no drivers sitting in the airport, and there's always surge at that point. And they just start pulling drivers from all over the place. So
yeah,
I doubt that there's anything going on though, really, because it's not not really that busy right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, I mean, I think this is a problem. This is a problem. These companies can
one to 5 cars in the wait.
How many?
1 to 5 cars.
Well, no planes
in the
coming
queue right now. I mean, we're not we're in a minor 36 gate airport, so there's not a lot of flights coming in and out. There's 4 flights coming in between 7 and 8 right now. So
that's right, Nickhammer.
No ride.
You betcha. Well, unfortunately, though, gray clouds of doom are everywhere now, so I'm not sure about that one. But we're going to try to do that next week. But anyway,
one other benefit, one other good thing that actually could be helped when it comes to the false accounts and you trying to sign up, or you are signed up and then all of a sudden there's multiple accounts on your account. One good thing is to have a dash camera, because then it can prove that you are giving rides and that you are the person that you are meant. So no matter what, you should be getting dash camera. Obviously, Black Friday, Cyber Monday was just this past week. There might be some Cyber Monday deals wrapping up on different Amazon purchases when it comes to dash cameras. You need one. There's no ands, ifs, or buts at this point. You need one. One of the recommended cameras that we use and like is the Display Ride dash camera. They actually just came out also with the Display Ride body camera. So if you do food delivery, it's really good for that. You get a vest and a body camera. And if you put in RSG20 for the dash camera, you can get down to $20 a month instead of $25, so you can save 20%. If you do code RSG for the body camera, you can save 33%, bringing that also down to $20 a month instead of $30 a month. And it's nice because it goes up to the cloud. All of the data is stored there as well. And, you can seamlessly integrate it over to Uber, because now they are going to be taking dash cam footage. So you can really get even more benefit when you have either one of these. So definitely recommended. No matter what, please get a dash camera, whether it's Display Ride or something else. But we definitely
you gotta have it. You gotta have it. Got to have it. Tariq, or I think it was Tariq, please email me, Sergio@therideshareguy.com. Let's see what we can do about that. As long as, email me what city you're in, what kind of car do you drive, and then it's easy to check. Uber and Uber Pool, what is it called now? Uber what? Shared
UberX.
shared, whatever. So they're all commingled now in a lot of cities. You can't just separate. Comfort.
Actually, what I've been seeing, or what I've heard, and this is, if other people want to chime in on this, see if that's happening. Thanks, Jeff, for being a member for 7 months. Awesome. Yeah, if you want to check into that. What was I saying? Shit, I can't remember. Jeff, you screwed me up. You lost my train of thought.
No, about no, but he was like, we were talking about comfort and Uber.
Oh yeah. So on the preferences screen, you might see UberX and then UberX and X shared. Some people are not getting rides when they just choose UberX. So it's like a preference that's within the app that's just basically not allowing you to get any ride requests. The only time you can get ride requests is if you put it on UberX and X share, which they're trying to commingle it anyway, and they haven't pulled that particular part out yet. So yeah, just be aware of that. If you have the separate and you don't have the UberX and X share turned on for preferences, if it's available in your market, if you have just the UberX on and you don't get ride requests, that might be the reasons why. So you might have to flip it. And then when you see an UberX share ride come in, if you don't want to take it, don't take it.
Yeah. And can you put my email address on the chat?
Sergio@therideshareguy.com.
Yes, sir. I had Uber. Okay. Can I talk about Uber? What? I was going to talk about Uber driver out for iPad. It's supposed to be there now. They're supposed to be.
You can use the.
Okay, that's very specific. So please send me an email, Sergio@therideshareguy.com.
Okay. Actually, here's the thing. I use the iPad when I'm out, and I have iPad Pro 12.9 inch, so it's the big one. It also has Sidecar, which is really nice. So if your iPad has Sidecar, which basically means you can put on both apps at the same time, so you can have the Uber app, you can have the Lyft app on right next to each other on the same screen, and using them both at the same time. So that debunks your whole two phone thing, and it just puts it right in the iPad, which is really nice there. So as long as your iPad can support the dual apps, you can put it on both. An Uber driver app is more geared for the iPad versus Lyft. Lyft does not. But when you're putting it side by side, it really isn't going to matter.
Yep, I agree. Let's see. Okay, next one.
Okay, yeah. If you got the
Funnies. Yeah. One a week.
Oh, no,
we got to do
he
one a
said
week.
he's got the iPad Pro too, 12.9. So yeah, you could definitely do that. As long just make sure you got Sidecar enabled. I think it's called,
Oh,
or just, where you can
sorry.
do the multiple.
Are we doing
Yeah,
the
and just
second
do it in
25 now?
landscape, not vertical. What?
Are we doing the second 25 now?
Yeah, we'll get that going.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So if you would like to win some money, enter hashtag SMTMC in the chat right now. And we'll do that in a little bit.
We're all good, bro. I'm like, okay, I went to LAX, time to wake up. Last week for a New York Times story, taking amazing pictures for the amazing story that's coming up. About 100 drivers walked towards me, okay? One at a time. I gave him my card. I spent 5 to 10 minutes, listened to their problems, build the community stronger, right? And I get it from all angles. So I have them covered in Teflon. You don't have to apologize, but please know what we do before you insult me. As long as you know what we do and don't appreciate what we do, then you can insult me. But if I'm used to it by now. I get it all angles coming in, incoming, a lot of incoming fire. and to me, I take everything seriously. I only put up facts, and we don't deal about emotional stuff. We have realities here. We have car payments to make. We have mouths to feed. Shit's bad out there. I'm not
William
denying
Allen
shit's bad out
and Stacy Mary put in hashtag SMTMC because I see in the chat you guys didn't put that.
That's like in the thing.
Hashtag SMTMC.
Okay.
You got that.
Let's do our funnies, man. Let's finish on a high note.
All right. Yeah, let's talk about some crazy stuff. Of course, every week we always got to highlight some fake names.
Yeah, this moron on Uber couldn't even spell Lucifer correctly.
I wonder if they did that right on purpose.
I don't care. Or maybe there was already a Lucifer. You know what? There was a Lucifer that we showed up a couple of weeks ago on Uber.
Yep.
So they probably said no changes.
You must have been watching, and then they're like, "Oh, we're going to change the name, but we're going to change it so it's got an S in it instead." We're cool.
Moron, whatever. And then the next one is kind of interesting, right? Gila. Lyft.
Well, hold on. I'm out here.
Seriously.
I appreciate the super chat.
Thank you,
well, hold on. Sergio, you're forgetting one thing. Do you remember back in the early 2000s on MTV?
Yeah, but
remember a little tiny girl named Tila Tequila?
Yeah. Boom. I got you there. But okay, but okay. So I know where. Okay, I blacked out the pickup address. Do you know where Tequila was picked up?
I hope at a tequila bar.
No.
Damn it.
At a convalescent home.
What?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Oh boy.
An 80-year-old named Tequila. I go, hey, let's go.
Dude, I want to party with her. She's in Cleveland. She's 3 hours down the street from me. I want to party with her.
You know who you are. You know, she knows who she.
Or the question is, hold on. Or the question is, was she? I mean, it's pickup scheduled, so it could also been a third party who did it for this person. That's a possibility too.
Probably her daughter. Daughter, right?
I don't know, but if that 80-year-old that came out is named Tequila on the app, I want to party with her because she'd probably be
all day long. So every week Uber and Lyft until this stops, we're gonna show one every week because my database of fake names is so long that it's just I'm not gonna run out. If you guys are waiting for me to run out, it ain't gonna happen. So you better stop it before I run out, and I'm not gonna run out. I got unlimited supply, new one every week, people. So the next one is we're at this like Mexican standoff with these companies, Chris. They go, no, it's my way. I go, no, not your way. This is bullshit. You can't log me out. This is TOS, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. We just keep going back and forth. We're like doing this dance. Either we're going to have to come to your side or you're going to have to come to our
and the driver and Lyft and the driver, but it's also the passenger and the driver.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm still in the meeting. Are you still here? No, cancel the fucking ride then.
Huh?
Well, I'm waiting the 5, 7, 10 minutes, whatever I got to wait now. And
Yeah.
if you're not coming out at that point, I'm leaving
Yeah.
unless it's busy, and then I'm canceling then and
10
there.
for comfort,
And
7 for X in LA. Yeah. Nope.
pass.
Okay, next one. Let's go to the next one, and then if we have time, we'll bring a couple of people on. If not, then we'll end. We'll say goodbye. Okay, Chris. Another book has been written.
Eight.
I got the book this week.
Say.
Nate Leafsay, I thank you so much for the book. I'm halfway through.
Where's
Remember
my copy, Nate?
Where is Sunshine Man, bro? Is he
I don't know. I
alive?
haven't seen him.
You know what happened to him, right? He wrote the book. Uber got a hold of the book, which I sent to Dara, the book. Now he's all famous doing like his rounds of motivational speaking for 20K at a time, probably. You know, he completely forgot about us altogether. You know what I'm saying? So, Jeff, you're gone. There is a new king. Nate is the new king. I'm just kidding, Jeff. I don't know where you are. I hope you're doing well, though, because I haven't seen you for a while. So Nate wrote this wonderful book called 5-Star Rides. He was a school teacher, and then he started doing Uber and wrote this wonderful book and sent it to me, and I'm halfway through it. Enjoy reading it. I have a lot of other books to read too, because we have guests coming up next week. I want to finish those. And so here it is. Please go Google 5-Star Rides by Nate Livesay, and I think it's $14.99. It's a really, really well done book. Halfway anyway. It's all his memorable trips. And guess where he lives, Chris?
LA.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh man, what is going on?
I know.
Myrtle Beach has a few riders there, huh? I like
the
at
riders
the
are
end, it's
Myrtle
a
Beach,
strange
South
little
Carolina,
on the
bro.
back.
So I'm like, hey. So yeah. So our wonderful Jeff Sunshine Man wrote a book, 10,000 trips with all his riders, and Nate wrote a book, and and this is about Uber and Lyft, both of his memorable trips, and it's wonderful read. So I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Nate. Much appreciated. And on the right, I'm going to put one of these motivational things every week now, because I think we need it. I'll figure you in comments. Thank you.
I'll fight you. Thanks.
So I suppose here is because as for Sergio, blaming him won't bring money from. I don't worry about it, buddy. I don't get blamed. I think I'm doing really well. I think I'm really working hard, doing great stuff in the background. We're not going to take credit for this Uber thing, obviously, because they said it was a glitch. They fixed it. I'm not buying it. But in the old days, this would have taken like a month to fix, because they got the package Thursday. Hopefully, they fixed it if it was a glitch. Okay, let's move on. So last week, I put up 7 rules of life. This week, I saw this one. And so fail, F-A-I-L, right, is not failing. It's first attempt in learning. I love that, right? End is not the end. E-N-D means effort never dies. 100%. It's all about attitude, bro. Everything you do is attitude. If you go into it with a shitty attitude, it's going to come out with a shitty result. So if you get no as an answer, remember, NO means next opportunity. That means a lot more fish to fry in the ocean. So this is this week's encouraging words for rideshare drivers. And I think it's pretty valid for what we do, because not every week is going to be good. And not every week is going to be bad, but that's where we are.
Yep. All right. Let's do our giveaway here.
Let's do the money. Let's see. $25. Kevin, email me, Sergio@rideshareguy.com, and whoever's going to win this. Let's see. Yes, we need the drum roll. Drum roll.
Gloria Lynn, congratulations.
Gloria Lynn, congratulations. Email me, Sergio@rideshareguy.com. If you don't email me within 24 hours, you will be forfeiting your winnings. Sergio@rideshareguy.com. Gloria Lynn. Okay. So Kevin and Gloria Lynn are our winners. And she's here, Gloria Lynn. Sergio@rideshareguy.com. Congratulations. $25 richer. And yeah, are we done? Should we bring people on, or should we just say goodbye?
Does anybody want to come on? I think is the question.
Anybody want to come on? Just 5 minutes. Shoot the shit. We have 5 minutes, let's say. You know.
Here, I'll put the StreamYard link back in if you want to come on. We're only going to take probably like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah,
so if you want
let's
to
take
come on,
2.
you're more than welcome. And then we
Let's
will we'll close the shindig for this episode 83. Man, can you believe 83
while we're
episodes?
waiting, episode 83, Chris. Shit, what do we have to 100 now? Let's see. We have 4 months. Wow, shit.
Yeah, April begins.
Okay, we had like 350 some people at our peak. Please, can be on your exit. Could you guys please just touch that thumbs up button? Supposedly, according to Chris, it helps algorithms. He's the master, so I'm just going with what he's saying.
You want to help the drivers,
help us,
money. Especially those that are hurt.
Free. It's free thumbs up. Come on, people. Oh, why are you all shy now? Where's the link? Grab the link. Get over here. Where was the guy that called me the shill? I want it. Megan Perron, you want to come on? You send me enough stuff for sure.
Who's the other one from last week? Or 2 weeks? I don't know. Was it last week or the other week? Within the last couple of weeks, though, it definitely was.
There was one. Kyle Bush. Wait a minute. Kyle Bush had come up before, I think. Kyle Bush.
What's up, Kyle?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good. How you doing?
What's up, Kyle?
Pretty good. Okay, Sergio, I don't know if I did send you another email, and
Yes,
just to kind of follow up on that email that I sent you when I gave you my email and my phone number. Anything with that?
It's been sent to the right places. We're just waiting. Either you're going to hear it first, I'm pretty sure. So, whichever way they decide is what they're going to decide. So
Fair enough.
I have no control over that, but it's been sent, and I will nudge them again one more time. Okay.
Fair enough. Now I do have to say one thing. Last time, you said something to another guy that came on, and I thought about it. Now you said something to the effect of like renting a Uber or a Lyft, right? And you said that you didn't advise people to do that.
Yeah.
And I want to comment on that. Now, it's kind of beneficial in a way because there's not a lot of people who obviously could afford a car. And you did kind of like, kind of speak against it because you said that, it's a lose-lose or whatever, but it's actually not so bad. I just wanted to kind of give you my perspective because I'm actually renting now.
Okay.
And I'm renting for a Lyft from Hertz.
Okay.
And I didn't specifically get it for Lyft per se. I got it for, other gig apps, but I mean, obviously there's a quota, like I have to do like 20 rides a week or whatever just to appease Lyft. But I really bought it for other, gig apps as well. So I just wanted to kind of put it out there, let you know that it's actually beneficial because a lot of people can't afford cars or whatever the case may be. And it's not so bad. So I just wanted to kind of give you.
Let me preface that. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay.
Okay.
If you're going to rent, right? If you're going to rent a Tesla, Hertz Tesla for Uber or Lyft, Avis or Hertz, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just to pay, especially for the Tesla, because a lot of people are into Teslas. You have to drive about 20 hours at $25 an hour because the car is going to cost about $500 a week. Okay, so 20 hours just for the car. Let's say 15 to 20, depending what city you're in, but averaging $25 an hour, right? And the rest is yours. I get it. I get the whole point of doing it. But if you're not going to drive 60 hours to make a grand net for yourself, right? It doesn't make sense. All right. That's what I was saying. I'm all for people renting cars, and we in fact running a Hertz thing now. And just for the fact that you're now killing your car, right? But you have to work hours. I mean, that's all I'm saying. With your own car, right off the bat, the first 20 less your expenses is your profit, as opposed to working for Hertz or Avis for 20 hours by the time you pay the car, and then the rest is yours. I get it. There is this upside, downside. But to me, it automatically makes you a full-time driver, and that's all I was saying. I'm not saying, don't do it at all, but you have to do your math properly, and don't just jump in it because the car is available to you to go and do a rideshare. And preferably, by the way, there are newer companies coming around, which we're going to talk about in the next few weeks. Is that you can rent a car to do both platforms. Preferably, that should be your goal, right? Do Uber and Lyft. in one car
Mhm.
with one rental. But yeah, no, I'm not against it, and I will let you know what the result is, or you will know before me actually what the result is of the email you sent. Okay. I
Okay,
appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank you. All right, take it easy, Chris and Sergio. Bye bye.
Take care.
Thanks. All right, guys. I do have something. I just got an email from Rebecca, who is the CEO of Kid Kaboo.
Okay.
She said, do a pull of $25 from Kid Kaboo. So let me
All right,
set
one
that
more
up.
25.
Rebecca, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Rebecca. Are you still here? No. No. All right. So we got Kid Kaboo CEO, which we had on. When did we have Rebecca on? 3 weeks ago?
No, it's probably I think about a month and a half ago at this point now.
No, not that long. Okay, but Kid Kaboo is a company that's geared up for rideshare. They're spreading out all over the country. They're in about 8 cities now. It's like Tom, stop bullshit. Kid Kaboo is like hop, skip, and drive. If you guys know what hop, skip, and drive is, basically rideshare for kids. And I think they're going to do really, really well. So hashtag Kid Kaboo to get Rebecca's $25. How about that? Thank you, Rebecca. Much appreciated.
Rebecca, if you're still here, I'm not sure. We do appreciate that. I did just see that email.
Okay,
so thank you very much on that. And I'm
All right,
sure
who's up
our
next?
winner of that will appreciate that as well too. So we'll do that in a little bit for the drawing.
Okay, we
Let's
got
bring
1, 2, 3. Oh shit.
we got 4 people, it looks like.
Okay,
So
4.
we'll
We're
go
gonna
through.
end with Naimo. Oh, she's gone.
Yep.
Okay, no, he just
Oh,
skipped.
Naimo's right there. We got
Oh, he just
Ellie,
moved up now.
Trebu, and Naimo. So
Thank
Ellie,
you,
how you
Sally.
doing
Much
today?
appreciated. All right.
Or, I'm sorry.
Hey,
Lee, how are
so
you, Lee?
how you doing, guys? I've
Good, how you
I've
doing?
reached. I've contacted you before via email. I'm sure you may remember me. I have a question regarding the Orange County. Do people make money in Orange County? Well, I say that if I take a ride from LAX to Disney, that's like $35, $37.
Okay.
Coming back is always like $20, $25. What's up with that?
All LAX trips are always priced higher to the passenger, and they share the wealth with you a little bit more.
But you think Disney at closing time will be like
Surging?
high time?
Yeah, surging, but it doesn't surge anymore in LA. There are way too many drivers. What you need to do is that, though, if you do grab a trip, depending on what time it is, from LAX to Orange County, anywhere, right? I mean, obviously, I don't know how far you want to go to San Diego, probably, but you don't want to go there. Depending, again, it's all price sensitive, but I would suggest do like a few short trips down there, see what you're going to get as far as coming back. Are you LA based or Orange County based?
No, LA based, and
Okay.
I try to avoid Orange County.
Yeah, just to come back to your base, right? Don't mess with your destination filters. Just, you have upfront fares and grab something that's going to take you back home or back to LAX. I mean, the pricing, look, we've been saying this for a year. The pricing, nobody knows why, how, when, what is priced. We don't know. We don't know what goes into it. We just don't know. And, we don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, like I've noticed Orange County, man. A lot of times I'm seeing 50 cents on a mile. I'm like, really? This is crazy.
We have a saying here, Eli. It's called decline garbage. Okay.
Yeah.
Know your worth.
Know your worth.
Just go with that. Decline garbage.
Yeah, even like Halloween time, I was in Orange County with a $10 surge and $12 surge. I was getting the normal pay of LA.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, well, that's why you never get out of the zone at Halloween or the times like this. You just stay in your base. Don't short. I drove on Halloween. I just did high surge, low, high surge, short trips, one after the other. You just don't want to take long trips at all.
And one more thing about long trips: you take a 2-hour trip and they only give you 1 point. How does that make any sense? Why am I wasting?
Oh,
my
as
time?
far as
the
yeah, Uber Pro, yeah, that's
yeah.
They changed it again. They keep messing with it.
I mean,
and
yep.
At least on Lyft, if you did it on Lyft, you get if it's in the zone, you get the 200 points, right? So at least I think Lyft is a little bit more fair, but then Uber is every quarter, Lyft is every month. So I'm like, I don't know which one you want to take. So
I mean, I've been Diamond forever, but I've given up maybe a year ago. I stopped following this.
Why are you Diamond? You like 7-Eleven? What?
No. Before they were, when you were doing, it was worth it doing short trips in West Hollywood and get the big $300-400 bonus. But forget it now. That's
not
crazy.
anymore. No, you got to change your game a little bit. But look, man, you got to play the game. This is a game. Just look at it as a game. Right? Plan yourself, position yourself. The 3 Ps always: patience, position, and planning. You got to be staying ahead. Like where you're going is not the important thing. Before you accept that trip, you got to think, what's there when I get there? You know what I'm saying? That's the game you want to play.
And this is the problem that every driver has. You fix the plan, and you have a game plan, and then 6 months they changed everything, and then
you change again.
Right, try to learn again. It's too frustrating, man. It's just too frustrating.
Yes, it is. But you gotta change the game. You got it. They zig, you zag. You just stay with it. For making the same amount of money, you have to use more brains. I mean, what can I say? I don't know what else to tell you. And that's where the game is at. So, yeah. But thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for letting me on. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good rest of your day. All right, let's bring on Drebu. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Can y'all hear me good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, about a month ago, I'm in Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. About a month ago, I went to McDonald's for Uber Eats, and I pick up an order. And as soon as I get back in the car, I get a phone call. Emergency came up. You can't deliver the food to the lady, so just keep it or throw it away. Okay. It wasn't even 5 minutes later, I get another phone call from the same person, the username, and it's another guy. Say they didn't mean to order that from Subway, this X and that, but both times they paid me $3 for that. But then this guy starts calling me in the evening. He said, "We're gonna give you a bonus, $40, $50 or whatever."
No. Oh, you're about to get scammed.
The guy starts calling me every day. "Are you finished working yet?" I say, "No." He said, "How long you gonna be before so we can see if this goes through?" Then bottom line come about a week later, he was still calling up, and I say, "Hey man, this seems like a scam." He got me to, which I didn't know, he got me to go into my account, take out my account number, and put the other number in there, and I lost $83.
Oh fuck!
But I got in contact with Uber, and they gave me the $83 back. But they said, don't ever. But I was wondering, how did this guy know that I went to McDonald's to pick up an order for Uber? Everybody like, that was a scam. But how do they know what the Uber records are?
Well, they don't know what Uber records are. He was the one that ordered it.
That's technically the customer, and then they try to impersonate Uber. It's the Uber impersonation or Uber support scam. So they make it seem like they are from Uber support, even though they're not at all. They are the person who ordered it. It's the same thing if they ordered a ride, and something was similar. So they can say, "Oh, I see you're a 4.95-star driver. We'd like to give you a bonus for it. This ride. It was a ride that was not real, this ride was something." They'll give whatever reason. There's a lot of different reasons out now, but yeah, unfortunately what it is, it's a customer or a person that's the scammer that placed the order in this case, and that's how they were able to know what that information was.
Okay, so luckily you got your money back. Luckily it wasn't that much. Even if you got scammed, you did get scammed. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, whatever you're doing, they will never call you ever, unless they detect an accident. They detect something with the phone, then they may. But whoever does call you, say go F yourself and hang up on them. That's it. Don't worry about it.
I got another question too. What's up with the Cash Out app never working?
Cash Out is not working on which? Uber Eats?
Yeah, Uber.
Yeah, they have their own glitches once in a while.
Yeah. You get that diamond shaped thing, says not working, try again later. And then I Googled it last night, and they were talking about Uber is like scamming people doing that stuff because the longer they can keep your money, the more money they make.
Don't read too much into that stuff. That doesn't mean much. I mean, look, you have to understand, it's a huge system, right? They did 2.5 billion orders in 1 quarter in 3 months, and shit is going to go sideways sometimes. Sometimes you got to be patient with the way it works. I understand that you may need the money at that time, but just got to be patient. It will work at the end. I have never heard of people never getting the money. I mean, look, sometimes it gets delayed. Shit happens, but yeah, ultimately you'll get your money. It's not gonna be.
The Uber lady told me, she said, well, just wait until tomorrow. That's when you're due to get it. I said, well, that's fine, but it was on a Sunday. I said, that's fine, but people need the money right then or whatever. I said, they don't have time to wait to get the money and stuff. So like, well, then I got a hold of another person and they helped me out more, but they didn't have no answer either for it, why it wasn't working.
Yeah. It will happen, man, once in a while, but in general the system works reasonably well, right? And but please from now on, if they call you, say go F off and hang up. That's it.
All right, this is my first time ever calling on a live chat for anything, so thank y'all. But I do watch y'all.
Be safe out there. Thank you.
Appreciate that. And thankfully you got your money back, and yeah, just use that experience to say not going to happen again. And actually, that's probably a good note for us to bring up the scams and things to watch out for, especially with so many new drivers on the platform now. They're just ripe for picking. So thanks for letting us know with that and reminding so we can make a follow up. So hopefully people will hear that and not fall victim to these scams either.
All right, I appreciate both of y'all.
All right, take care. All right, last two.
All right, we got Naimo. How you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Yourself?
Good. I just want to talk about I don't know, you guys talk about before, or I didn't heard anything about the Uber hacks, driver hacking Uber. I'm like 100% acceptance rate.
Hold on. What city are you in? LA?
No, I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey? Okay.
Yes.
What is your hack happen? How's your hack happening? Because we
not me, but I saw some group drivers. They using hack programs, and they using like some bot grabber.
Yes.
And they getting before us all the rights, and they getting the good rights, and then shitty rights and going other drivers.
Can you email me that as well if you have any evidence or any screenshots and any screen recordings, please?
I don't have that, but I spoke with one Facebook group and one guy. If you Uber or Lyft, they kick you, they open your account.
Yeah.
With the money.
Okay.
And I'm like, before I was looking that because I have 100% acceptance rate. I'm sitting 1 hour and I'm not getting anything.
Yep.
In my market. And then I start searching what's going on, what's wrong. I call Uber, I call, everybody. And then I check Facebook groups, and then I found something like that. And then in my area, and I'm from New Jersey, Asbury Park, and some of group drivers, I saw them. They using something like that. I don't know, you guys know anything about that?
I cannot say much. I'm working on it actually, but I'm working on it on something similar in LA. Okay. Uber knows about it. That's why I'm asking you to send me evidence, because I heard it from this guy who heard it from this guy is not going to do it.
No. Yeah, you're right. Right. I don't have any screenshot for that, but I work about, I'm trying to get, I faked it one.
Well, okay, I'm aware it's happening in the West Coast. I wasn't aware it's happening on the East Coast. Uber, you're watching? Okay. I'm just saying that whenever you get something or your friends have something, you can give them my email address and then they can send it to you.
Yep. Okay, man. No problem. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, man. Be safe.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Just real quick, we got two more people on. And then Kevin asked about how you can use Sidecar on the iPad Pro. First, you got to turn the function on. You in the top corner in the screen, do the settings. I forget what the sidebar is. There's a little thing for the Sidecar that you can turn it on, and then at that point you can set up your iPad that way. If you have any questions on how it works or how to set it up, best thing to do, type in YouTube how to use Sidecar on iPad Pro or on iPad, or how to use iPad Sidecar. There's going to be a lot of different things on there that's going to help you with like all the tips and tricks and stuff like that. So check out any of those videos out there. There's quite a few, I'm sure, at this point, because it's I think a year and a half out there already. But yeah, it definitely makes things a lot easier when you're using both platforms, or even beyond that. If you decide to do, let's say, Uber Eats and DoorDash, you can do it all on the same. So it just depends on what you wanted to do there. Just want to give you that.
More.
All right, Tate, how you doing?
Hey, Tate.
Good. How are you?
Good.
What city are you from?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, okay, where Reiki is from. All right, what's up? What's in your mind?
Yeah, I sent you Mr. Fluffy Bunny Balls last week. So
yeah, you did, and we showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that trip go with Mr. Fluffy Bunny Balls?
Yeah, he got canceled before he could get to the car. There's no way you're getting in my car if you can't put your name on
you
there.
betcha. You betcha.
Yeah. So that, I find it kind of interesting. I actually I'm on the East Coast. I went to the West Coast here a few weeks ago, and in Las Vegas, they actually made me. Uber had me upload my driver's license before I could get an Uber ride.
As a passenger?
As a passenger.
It's working, Chris.
Yeah.
Verifying.
So, I thought that was great.
Verifying.
Yeah,
I
so
like
I'm pretty
it.
sure Mr.
We
Fluffy
worked
Bunny
on that
Balls
quite a
would
bit.
have got on in Las Vegas, but
I like it.
Yeah. So I'm in the Raleigh area. It's a really busy area for rideshare. I've been doing it about a year. I've done, I don't know, about 1,500 Uber rides, about 100 Lyft. We also have rides now in this area, and I've done a few rides trips so far.
Okay. How's that going?
And I can tell you, there's more money in rides than there is Uber and Lyft so far.
It's
The unfortunate thing is, so their onboarding process is really slow because there's an in-person interview and a car inspection and a drug test, which I like. I mean, that they're doing all these things. But the people I talk to about it really like the concept, and so I hope it takes off in this area as well.
More competition is good. So
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, thank you for coming on. I know I get your emails once in a while. Thank you for being my eyes and ears, and be safe out there.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. All right. Last one, Matt.
Hey,
how
are
doing?
you guys today?
Hey, man. How are you, man?
Doing pretty good. Hey, I'm over in rural Maryland, and I live probably 2 hours outside of D.C.
Okay.
But I wanted to tell you that declined garbage works, because I had been declining all these rides that are, less than $1 per mile, about $50 for 70 miles. Kept doing that over and over and over again. All of a sudden, it started popping up at $10 to $20 over what would be $1 a mile, and that just started happening recently. So,
you know what? Let me tell you something. How long you been driving?
I've been driving for 7 years. I'm just part-time, but I've got about 7,000 or 8,000 rides.
Okay, but were you like accept everything before?
There was a time when I was whatever y'all call them, accept everything person, but I have my acceptance rate's probably at 60-70%.
Okay,
I live in a rural
Let's
area,
work on that.
and I've got a lot of people that depend on me to get to work and stuff like that. So I don't want to decline everything, but I do decline the garbage. So
yes, sir. That's what you have to do, and I'm glad Maybe you heard it here, maybe some other
I
channel.
heard
But
it from you guys. I did.
there you
Also,
go.
I've
Hey,
also
you know what?
went to
I
start
love
working with
today's show.
Empower, and that's
love
actually
today's
working
show.
out pretty good. I'm
Yeah,
basically
man.
building my own customer base in Empower and seeing how that
Yeah.
works. You do have to go get a full commercial policy though, because
Yep,
it's not,
that's costly.
there's no coverage like there would be with an Uber and Lyft. So
That's costly.
Progressive has been the one that's worked out pretty good for that. So
yeah, I think you're doing the right things. I think being more selective helps, right?
absolutely. Absolutely.
And you just up your game more and more and more, and then you'll become on autopilot at some point. Like 10 seconds would be
absolutely.
a lifetime to figure all of it out, right? And
Yeah, it just takes forever to get it all right. And then when you finally get it right, then you can start making some real money. So
yep, then you know what it's all about. That's thank you, man. Thank you. Much
thank you
appreciated.
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. Be safe out there, please.
Oh yeah.
Have a good one.
All right. This is my favorite episode so far.
Yeah, hold on. There was one.
We have more.
Barnowski. Can you explain cherry picking? Actually, make sure you stay tuned for next week. Next week's episode, because we are going to be talking about cherry picking in a lot of details. So you don't want to miss that one. But basically, cherry picking is taking the rides that are going to be worth it for you, and then declining the rides that are not worth it for you.
Death to AFU.
Out of the area that you don't want to be in. So there's a lot there. But you want to make sure that you know what that is. We'll go into a lot more detail when it comes to
Rebecca. You're still here. Wow, you've been here for 2.5 hours.
She's loving us. I love it.
We love it. Thank you. So did we give her money away yet?
We'll have her on in a few months again when things start expanding for
today. Was a good show, Rebecca. You got to give it up. I mean, seriously, today one of my favorites. I had all 1-year drivers already knew their game, top of their game, declining garbage, knowing their worth. Hey man, this is all we're about. This is what we do. But so let's give Rebecca's money away, and then
yes. And we want to say, I mean, Rebecca, thank you. Appreciate that for the email, for letting us do that. So we do want to do that for #KidKaboo. So yeah, if you want more information on Kidkaboo, you can definitely go to their website and check it out, and then thank Rebecca for the $25 for the winner of this person. So whoops, bring it back. There we go. I don't know why they don't have like a little counter or something. Megan Perrone, congratulations.
Megan Perrone. All right. Megan, email me and say I won Kidkaboo, whatever, something with Kidkaboo. Megan Perrone. All right. So Megan Perrone, Kevin for the Cash or Trash, and Gloria Lynn is the other one. Please email me, sergio@therideshareguy.com. Today happens to be one of my favorite episodes, although it went long, but I think we're going the right direction, Chris. We have all these drivers formatted their disk drive into cherry pickers, and that's the only way to make money, bro. I'm telling you, it's just not the way. You should that's it.
Tom, I thought you did win once.
Who did?
I'm pretty sure you won once, didn't you?
Tom's always complaining. I don't know.
Well, either way, anything going on for you this week, buddy?
This week? No, I don't know. Yeah.
Did you start a GoFundMe for Harry? So I'm complaining about his tires. No. You know what? Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. He's talking about 23,000 miles on his tires. Please, I have a 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. The tires stock from the factory are at a -1 camber. So if anybody knows what that means your tires. Well, I'm going to explain it right now. So your camber at the degrees is the degree of distance
that thing.
So yeah, so if it's 0 degrees, it's like this. If it's -1, it's inward. If it's positive, it's outward. You don't want positive. You actually want 0 is going to be the best for most cars because they're not going to be for anything. But mine stock recommended from the factory from Mitsubishi is -1. So it eats through tires at 12,000 miles. So please, Harry,
I'm just about to buy 4 tires probably this week. 46,000 miles on my car. So pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. My Jeep had like 70, I think it was almost like 74,000 miles that I got. Dude, those things were
Norma.
beefy.
No, Jeff is on today. Jeff is on a roll today. Yeah, that's Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Wow. Badassic.
Appreciate that.
Let's see. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Hey, fellas. This is Kevin for having me on earlier. I sent you an email. I'm also making videos ASAP about Uber soon. If there's okay, yeah, badassic. Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. All right, people. It was a good show. Next week, we have good stuff. Seriously good stuff. We have cherry picking lessons coming up. How the drivers do it, when they do it, why they do it. Number one. Number two, we have a good. Is Uber charging really enough? Okay, because we did a nice comparison, Chris, between LA cabs and what Uber charges for the same trips. And you know, Chris was on with his ukulele one time. Gabe was on. He goes, Uber don't charge enough. Uber definitely not charging enough. They're not charging enough, and they're not paying enough.
Uber's not yeah, I was just saying that. They're not charging enough, they're not paying enough.
And the algorithm is broken. And Uber, you know who you are. That support thing, that's like no good at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure I'll have an email.
Yeah, I know I'm not Russian, whoever put that. if I had a little Russian accent or something, I do a lot of accents at different times, so sometimes things can come out. But no, I'm not. At least I don't know. I have not gotten a DNA test done, and I don't plan on getting one done. But none of my family that I know of is.
Seriously? Shit. Are you serious, Mr. Gambit? Oh, well, there's a pet boy right down the street. You gotcha. Okay. Mr. Gambit, actually, some of his screenshots are going to be in the Cherry Picking 101. Top cherry picker in LA. Mr. Gambit 2000 right here.
Nice.
Absolute killer.
We'll have to see what's going on next week.
Killer.
I have a question. Decline or miss ride guys? Wait, what?
I don't know. Free to saute. I like the name though. I'm hungry. Anyway, so all right, please, people. We gave money. Rebecca gave money. We did play the game. We did some good stuff. Please, just thumbs up. That's all we're asking. Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, we got 159 likes out of 243 people watching.
We had like 400 people on, bro, at the peak, something like that. And we need everybody to just.
We got 74 likes. Saw me on Customer Wars. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Ooh. I forgot about that. A&E had their Customer Wars on the episode that I was on last week, I think it was. So yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
Chris has all these hidden talents that I don't know.
Actually, that's from my other channel too. That video. That's the reason why A&E reached out.
See, we should end on this. We should definitely end on this right there, right there, right there.
Have his face replaced with you guys. Yeah, you know what? We need a face-off style though. So like it's half your face, half my face on it.
Yeah. And me and Harry, we're gonna start a new thing. What was it? Crossfire. We're gonna sit.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
Want to shred his ass, bro.
Whatever happened to that? I was going to be the moderator of that.
You're the YouTube manager. You got to set that up. You got to set it up. You're the YouTube manager. You're the referee.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna email Harry after this. Be like, yo, what's going on with Crossfire? Let's get a little back and forth.
Let's get a little Crossfire. I don't know what channel was that on. I remember something like that.
I don't know. That was from I think maybe Fox from way back in the day.
Yeah, Crossfire.
It was either that or like MSNBC or something. I don't remember.
Okay, so much love. I'm hungry. I gotta go. Much love. Thank you guys. Thank you for the support. Please keep sending me these emails. Without you sending me this, I wouldn't have known this was going on at airports. I say Uber fixed it in a week. But
yeah, because who knows how long it would have kept going for.
honestly, please send me all the emails. I'm not bored. I will respond, although there are a couple thousand, whatever they are now. I will respond to everybody. It's maybe delayed a little bit, but then especially if you have glitches and things like this happening, my eyes, my ears, thank you, much appreciated. Let's keep building the community. Everything else goes sideways. Be safe out there.
How can I start Uber Eats? Sign up for Uber Eats. If you're already on the Uber platform, then you can really easily do it.
Easy money,
By just hitting like the little check mark and say, I want to start driving for Uber Eats and do their little thing.
Super cherry pick on Uber Eats. Super cherry pick. Super duper cherry pick.
All right. So with that being said, yes, make sure you stay tuned for next week. We have a great show coming. We got some great content coming out this week, including if you're looking at a possible new car or trying to replace your car. Joe is coming out with a video on Saturday talking about his experience and some of the things that he looked for when it came to his car and what he selected. There's some other great content as well behind the wheel with Harry. That Sergio did a behind the wheel with Harry.
Is that this week?
That is coming out on Thursday. Jay's got a video coming out tomorrow. We got a lot of great content coming up for that. Make sure if you haven't downloaded the Upside app that you do, and start getting some extra money back on your gas fill ups and when you're going out to restaurants, things like that. And beyond that, go out there, make some money, be smart, be safe, make that money. And if you are driving in inclement weather, really be safe out there, because I was driving last night and we were getting a ton of lake effect, and cars were pulling over to the side of the road. Actually, we saw an Amazon SUV, or I mean not an SUV, Amazon 18-wheeler and a Toyota Corolla underneath part of it. So I don't know who slipped under who or what happened, but yeah, be safe out there. There's like 5 inches of the road. Definitely not recommended for cars to be out there when you got a lot of snow or anything or ice like that. If you got something bigger like an SUV like myself, you got a little bit easier of a time. But just again, be safe out there, because this is a time where it's starting. These cross-country storms can really pick up and drop some snow, so be careful out there. And yeah, smart.